Hello, 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 and welcome to Thursday night's live stream. My name is Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney based in, look, here's my meal prep, based in the great state of Maryland. Nice to see you all. Please let me know that you can hear me and see me. And we will be getting started very, very shortly. I'm just waiting for the comments to tell me that you can hear me and see me. Am I live? Yes, I am live. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. All good, says Zeta. Okay, great. Awesome. Can hear and see you, says Kathleen. Amazing. Amazing. As you can see, there's a bit of a delay between the comments and when I can see them. So please give me a bit of grace. Hello, Kayla. Hello, KK. Hello, Saskia. Nice to see you. Hi, Karen. Again, my name is Natalie. Oh, Dream Hopper. Welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. New member. Nice. Nice to see all of you. As I said, I'm Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney. There are so many crazy things going on in the world. So I figured today we would react to a person that's driving under the influence and being rather ridiculous because she is not old enough to drive and it's her second one according to the title. I have not seen it yet. I have 2 videos queued up for reactions today. Hello, Rain Cloud. Hello, Jade Monkey. Hello, Sunflowers and Sass. It is nice to see all of you. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's get into our introduction, and here we go. Okay, nice to see all of you. I am hoping that everyone is doing well. And we are actually going to do an icebreaker, but it's not going to be AITA. It's going to be a different type of icebreaker. I'm going to be doing just like a brief couple of minutes, book review of Sister Wives, Christine Brown. I'm going to be talking about her book called Sister Wife. I'm a big fan of the show Sister Wives. I have been watching that show for a very, very long time. I have not seen every single season and every single episode, but I've been a big fan for years. And it's like one of those like comfort shows that you can kind of just dip in and out of. And for years, Sister Wives was like I said, comfort show, reality television, someone else, a different walk of life that I would never normally see. Right? I would never normally see that, a polygamous family living out in Nevada or Utah or anything like that, especially at the time that show came out. And my only other exposure to it was the HBO show called Big Love. And so I was which I also really, really enjoyed. I like the idea of complex family dynamics. And so I really got into the show. The last few years, though, during and post the pandemic, that show really, really took off. So for those of you that don't know about the show, you probably do. But if you don't know about it or you haven't watched it, you're not familiar with it. Basically, the show involves a family of Cody Brown is the patriarch of the family. It's interesting, that term patriarch, but I only use it to say that he is, maybe the scion is the better way to put it, but he is the father of the family. So let me show you guys here. Let's pull this up because so we can like at least see what they're looking like, and you guys can see who I'm talking about. I want to be kind of visually descriptive as well as audio descriptive. So where am I? Here I am. Okay, and I can go like that. Awesome. So this is the family here to the side. The dude with the curly hair, that is Cody Brown. He is the dad, and oh goodness, there's like some weird notification. Yeah. So he's the dad of the family, the husband of the family, and he is married at the beginning of the show to three women, and they are known affectionately online as the OG3, the original three wives. Okay, so this is Cody right here. Cody is a very interesting guy, and then we've got the original three wives, and those are these wives down here. We've got Janelle, we've got Christine, and we have Mary. Okay, and they are the original three. They basically started out not even doing well financially, right? Like not even doing well financially, living, sharing a trailer. They're all a part of this religious organization. They're not FLDS. So they are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but not the mainstream LDS church. And they're not a member of the fundamentalist LDS church. They're a member of a different LDS church, but within that LDS church, they are allowed to marry and encouraged to marry polygamously. So that means that they are encouraged to take on multiple wives, one husband, multiple wives. So Mary was the first and legal wife for many years. And then you had Christine here. Well, let me go in chronological order. Janelle, who is just such a diva. I don't know what it is about Janelle, but I feel like she's like a real fan favorite. Like if you don't like Janelle, there's something wrong with you. You know, like you have Janelle, she's a second wife. And funnily enough, Cody is her second husband. She was divorced. She was married to, I think, Mary's brother or something like that, divorced him and then married Cody. And then the third wife is Christine, who comes from that LDS church, like their organization. She calls them a cult. She comes from that cult. She is like royalty within the AUB, the Apostolic Brethren or something like that. They're called the AUB. And she is like royalty within that family. Like her grandfather basically founded the AUB. And then Cody converted to fundamentalist Mormonism from being a mainstream Mormon. And then years later, I want to say like maybe 15 years into their relationship, 12 years, it was a good amount of time they had been together. They meet and Cody marries this lady, Robin Brown. Dun, dun, dun. And that is the beginning of the show. So I'm not going to take you guys through the entire show, but eventually during the pandemic, the family breaks apart. Cody and Robin are now in a monogamous relationship. Christine is now remarried to a man named David. And Janelle is living her, best life as best as she can, because Janelle and Cody, they lost a son named Garrison to self-harm. He ended his own life. And Mary is, just off doing her thing. She sells like MLM, and she's an interesting person. I think the Mary is real, like interesting to me is the best way to say it. Like there's some moments where she's just so sympathetic. She really pulls on my heartstrings. I really feel like Cody treated her like absolute trash as the first wife. Just a little more background, but then sometimes she's like so mean in my opinion. But I think I feel sorry for her still, because I think it just comes from her being really, really in love with her husband and just not getting enough attention, enough love, and not being that important, and that's really painful to see. And the way that I think she expressed it was from being like a difficult person to deal with. But anyway, Christine has her flaws. Janelle has her flaws. Cody has lots of flaws, and so does Robin. They're all human people, but it's a really interesting and dynamic show. And obviously there's gangs of kids and stuff like that. So Christine Brown was the first wife to leave Cody Brown, which started the domino effect of then Janelle and then Mary leaving. And in Christine leaving, it was really, really volatile, shall we say? Yeah, let's say volatile. I think volatile is the best way to do it. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that about Janelle? Yes, Janelle was married to Mary's brother. They got divorced, and then Janelle and Cody married as Janelle being the second wife. And Janelle and Mary did not get along, which makes a lot of sense when you really think about it. And so when Christine came in, she was kind of like the one that held everybody together. Christine was the one that was watching the kids the most. She was like basically the housewife. And while Janelle worked and Mary worked, Christine was holding down the house essentially. Now she did do some work outside the home, but she was mostly there to take care of the kids. And then when Robin came in, Cody and Robin just fell madly in love. It's very, very obvious. They tried to hide it for years. They tried to pretend like it wasn't happening, but it was happening. And it broke the family apart. So Christine wrote a book about her experience within the AUB, her experience being the third wife, and then her experience with Robin coming into the family, her relationship with Cody just basically breaking down. And let me share this with you guys right here. I think this is the best one. Let me see if I can find a really, really fast one. Here we go. Hold on one second. I want to show you this, guys. Hold on. Right here. When Christine and Cody broke up, it was a hot ass mess. And let me show you this.
Pissed off is because
look.
You never tried to have really good all with these other people.
This was
and that's
This was Cody, and this is basically a family meeting in front of all the adults, all the married people. And Christine's like, I'm leaving. And Cody had said before this, I don't want a sexual relationship with you anymore, Christine. I don't love you. I don't like you anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. It's over, right? But we need to stay married because I guess within their religion, if you stay married, you all end up in the celestial kingdom together or whatever. But like basically he just didn't want to have a sexual relationship with her anymore. And she was like, I'm not willing to settle for that. And so she is leaving him. And this is his response to her leaving, even though according to him at this time, he never loved her and is not attracted to her. That's what he's saying. Okay, here we go. Oh, let's go back. Why?
And it's just vomiting out of me because I've sat here with it just like, Christine, try and do this. You wanted to renegotiate a relationship with me, but you wouldn't even have a decent one with them. Always about the kids. That was the easy part. Man, just the knife in the kidneys over all these years.
That is the infamous line, a knife in the kidneys, the sacrifices I made to love you. Anyway, Cody is, in my opinion, my personal opinion, extremely narcissistic. And I think you would have to be in order to have multiple wives and believe that that's your God-given right to have multiple wives. But that's just me. But anyway, it looks bad on the outside. It's worse in the book. So let me just kind of talk to you guys about my book review of Christine Brown's book, Sister Wife. I wanted to say first and foremost that the first couple of chapters are Christine laying out her family history and her grandfather, who basically founded the AUB, but then like they fractured and then he was murdered by his rival. And this gave her like a healthy fear of not only like coming forward, but of the authorities and things like that. So she kind of was raised in this insular community in which she was only around fellow polygamists, and it made her kind of like more afraid of the outside world. But she was fully indoctrinated in it and believed that, you know, she wanted to be a polygamous wife. She wanted to be a sister wife. She didn't just want a husband. She wanted the wife. And that's because that's how she was raised. And anyway, so she basically moves on, and she's highly prized within the AUB because of who she is and who she descends from. And she meets Cody Brown and they become friends. And she actually becomes friends with Cody and Mary because Cody is married to Mary at this point in time. And she's thinking, oh, maybe I'll be Cody's second wife. Cody is a recent convert to the religion. and he's kind of like hot stuff, like everyone's into him, but he chooses Janelle to be his second wife. And so she kind of like goes on about her life, and then basically they stay friends. And then eventually, you know, she says like, hey, if I did decide to marry somebody, it would be you. And then eventually he proposes to her, and she becomes the third wife, which is what she purports she always had wanted to be. So it seems like it's going to be a like a fairy tale, but as we all know and see how it played out, it was not. The first few years of their relationship, they were clearly scrimping and scrounging. Her first, uh, let's talk about the wedding night. It's absolutely, spoiler alert for Sister Wife, but it's absolutely disturbing how she describes their wedding night. He was experienced, she was a virgin. Obviously he's experienced, he's had 2 wives. She's a virgin, you know, and he did not do anything with her to warm her up, so he just does it to her and hurts her. And that she spends her honeymoon in pain. He planned nothing for their honeymoon, so they were just driving around basically and stopping at hotels and basically had nothing to do, because he just like didn't seem to care, because he had 2 wives at home, and I think Janelle might have been pregnant at this point in time. And so he was just like kind of about the whole thing. He didn't really kiss her very well. Like they said, it was the officiant said it was the fastest kiss he'd ever seen at a wedding, and he just clearly was not into her. And I think that continued throughout the entirety of their relationship. And I think that some of the conditioning that Christine received was a conditioning that made her think that this is okay, that this is healthy, that this is good. Yeah, someone just said, to be fair, I would also not be able to handle 3 wives. Absolutely. I would not be able to handle 3 wives, but that's why you don't marry multiple people. I just really think I mean, I think that it should be legal, honestly, for consenting adults to marry however many consenting adults they want to marry, so that all of those consenting adults can be protected by the laws. But I know that that is not for me. And I don't think that that works. And I don't think that those people are genuinely happy. I think that there's a lot of hurt feelings in those relationships. That's my personal opinion, though. I could be wrong. And I don't think anyone in the comment section is going to come and say, I'm a polygamist and it's great, but maybe they are. And if you are out there and you're willing to comment, please share your positive experience with polygamy. But it just doesn't seem to be, it just seems very painful to the heart, you know, to see the person that you love rotate every other day to be with somebody else. But that is what she accepted, because that's how she was raised to believe that it's supposed to be. And yeah, that is my I'm going to wrap it up there with Christine Brown and Sister Wife. Just the first few chapters alone, where she gets into her relationship with Cody and she describes the wedding night, bodes very unwell for the future of the relationship. He clearly never cared about her, never ever ever cared about her. And there was another thing that she said, was that he would make her do these like full body massages on him in order to get him, you know, ready for intimate times, but he never reciprocated or did that to her, and he never did anything to warm her up. So it was all about him and his pleasure, which is just so sad when you think that he had so many outlets for that and she had none. It's really, really messed up. So let us now move on to the Hey Uncivil Law. Let us now move on to the main topic. It was loops. Hello to all of you. Okay, so I'm looking at your guys' comments. Let me close some of these tabs I have open 1 second so I don't keep making mistakes. Give me 1 moment. Here we go. There are currently 189 of you here right now, which is awesome. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your Thursday night with me as we live stream. Please make sure that you like the video, and subscribe if you are not subscribed, because I keep forgetting to ask people to subscribe. I don't know why. Become a member if you're so inclined. Let's get into it. So this video is from California Body Cam. That's the name of the YouTube channel, and the video is titled 18-year-old girl gets her second DUI 41 days after her first DUI. And since this is California body cam and this is in Santa Fe, New Mexico, if you are watching from outside of the United States, the legal drinking age in every single state in the United States is 21 years of age. Yes, in the United States, you can go and die in a war because you can enlist in the military at 18 years old, but you will not be able to have a legal drink. You can die in a war, you can get married, but you can't have a legal drink. So anyway, she's not even supposed to be drinking. And again, I'm not really making like a policy statement there, like as you know, what's good and what's not good. But what I am saying is that I do think that's an interesting contradiction. You're mature enough to make the decision that you want to smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are extremely damaging to the body. That you want to get married, join the military, go to college. You can make all types of adult decisions at 18 years old, except you cannot drink. I think that's very, very interesting. So let's get into this.
Is the window down? No, don't go up. Don't go up. How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you doing?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Nothing, I'm just trying to take my friend home.
Taking your friend?
Oh my, Kurt, you just told me that you have to be 21 to buy. See, that's how I don't smoke. You have to be 21 to buy cigarettes? I just learned. I did not know that. I thought you had to be 18. That's okay. All right. All right. So I thought the disparity would go the other way, but they would lower the drinking age, but they were like, no, we're going to raise the cigarette age. I can't really be mad at that. Let me think on that some more. So let's set the scene here. We have a young lady pulled over on the side of the road. We've got a Mini Cooper going on. Great car for an 18-year-old. So much fun. Probably like how the Beetle, the little Beetle bug car, the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, the Volkswagen Beetle. That was like a great teenager car when I was a teenager. That and the Ford Neons, Ford something like that. They were all these like little candy colors. Those make great cars for teenagers. Anyway, that's the scene here. Here she is. She says she's taking a friend home. Let's go.
Friend home?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you guys doing?
Nothing, just dropping off another friend.
Just dropping off another friend? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a call about a suspicious vehicle in the area. Supposedly looking through cars with a flashlight.
Not me.
Not you?
Yeah, I'm just taking my friends home.
Okay. Where are you guys coming from?
Okay, so let's just take an interesting moment here because he's not stopping her for her driving. Okay, he's stopping her because of a call about people looking through vehicles, which, you know, my defense attorney hat is always on. I'm challenging that stop. Okay, like because a reasonable articulable suspicion that criminal activity is afoot, police can stop you for that, but they have to have something particularized to the person that they're also stopping. What is the description of the person that's shining flashlights in cars? Not saying that that didn't happen, not saying it wasn't her, but if I'm challenging this stop, which I'm definitely doing if I'm representing her, I'm going to say they didn't have reasonable articulable suspicion to stop her because they just said someone flashing lights into cars. Was it a male? Was it a female? What were they wearing? What type of car were they driving? If they were in a car, were they on foot? Were they on a bicycle? There's no particularized description here. And so that's very interesting to me. I'm always going to think about that.
I'm coming from Agorafia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know your headlight's out too, right?
This
Okay.
one, the red side. Yeah.
Okay, so her headlight is out. He didn't state that as a reason to stop her. I don't know if he noticed that at the time that he stopped her, but your headlight being out is a good reason to stop somebody because that's a traffic infraction. So you can stop them in order to write them a ticket. If you see other evidence of a potential crime, you can then proceed to investigate that evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to find my license right now. I don't
Okay.
know. My car's so dirty.
Okay.
Just trying to find my wallet right now.
Okay. Want to get that for me?
Okay, there is somebody in the car.
Just give me a second.
Okay.
She gets herself out of the car. He didn't ask her to get out of the car. She's looking for her license. So I wonder if when she gets out the car, that's going to give him some reason to believe she's intoxicated.
My car's so dirty.
No, that's fine.
A lot has happened tonight. I was trying to find my wallet right there. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's definitely under 21. A lot of states have that vertical license for like immediately letting you know this person's not 21.
All right, Miss Sunrise, where are you coming from? You said Alafria?
Yeah, I
What are
was
you guys
just
doing
dropping
there?
off some friends.
Okay, you were just dropping off friends. Yeah, have anything to drink tonight by chance?
Here we go.
Yes, I have.
No, don't admit to drinking. Don't say anything. Always exercise your right to remain silent. Don't admit to drink. Okay, well, he's got enough reason to, do field sobriety tests now and fully investigate a DUI because she has admitted to drinking. Now, when I say no, don't admit to drinking, I'm saying that as a defense attorney, right? Like if I'm about to take her case, I'm analyzing it. I'm doing the little checks in my mind for these are the things I'm going to challenge. These are the things I'm going to raise before the court. But once my client is like, yeah, I was drinking, I was drinking. I'm like, golly, man, shut up. Every attorney wants their client to shut up. Now, as a citizen, as a person that has to drive on the road with people that are potentially intoxicated, and I don't want to be hit by a car, and I don't want somebody to take out, a grandma because they're driving drunk and being crazy. Yeah, let's get your drunk ass off the road. But as an attorney, shut up.
About around 8:30.
8:30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what'd you have to drink?
I had a Smirnoff.
One Smirnoff?
Girl.
Okay. I'm going to have a seat for me, okay?
Yeah, girl, go ahead and have a seat. You're not going home tonight. One Smirnoff and your under 21 ID. They've got you alone on underage alcohol. Like, girl, please. Well, in some states, it's just the possession of alcohol by an underage person. But some states, they actually, or cities or municipalities, they have actual laws to make it illegal for a minor to be intoxicated. Not a minor, a person that is not of age to drink. She's not legally a minor. She's just too young to drink. She's an adult. Technically.
Man, you said you had one drink?
Yes, I have at 8:30. It's about 2 p.m. 1 a.m. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, or 3 or 8 a.m. Which one is it?
2.
2 a.m.
Okay.
Sorry.
Since she's
I don't
already
know.
admitted to
What time? No, it's not. It's not. Okay. I was like, no, what time is it? Look up here for the body worn camera, the Axon. That is the company that supplies body worn camera for, they locked that industry down for like almost every single police department in the country. But right here, it has a timestamp, October 26, 2024 at 3:41:14. I'm assuming AM because it wouldn't be that dark in the PM unless you're like in Alaska or something like that. So 3:41 PM. And she thinks it's 1:02 a.m. No, 1:02 p.m. And they're like, what time is it? 1, 2, or 3? And she's like, 2. It's 2 a.m. And they're like, okay. So, they would, it's not a solid thing, but it's one of the factors. And they're able to look at the totality of the circumstances to decide whether or not they have probable cause to make an arrest based on someone driving under the influence. And one of the things that they can definitely consider is the fact that the person is not keeping time well. Intoxicated people rarely know what time it is. Rarely know what time it is because you lose track of time when you're intoxicated. Time doesn't quite move the same in your brain when you're intoxicated or you're impaired. So it seems like a little bit more than one Smirnoff so far, but she's not the worst. I've seen a lot worse.
Officer Trail, pull her out. We're going to do some field to make sure it's safe for her to drive. Okay.
Can I take off my heels?
Yes.
Yep.
It's completely your option. You could do them in them or without them.
Trying to run around 5.
All right, so we have ourselves an expert here. She's a pro. This is old hat. She knows that in order to, do her best on the field sobriety test, she's actually she's quite clever. She knows that in order to do her best on the field sobriety test, she's going to need to take those heels off. That shows me that she does have a bit of experience. She's done them before, and they are really, really hard to do in heels. She also, although dumb or, not the best idea to admit to drinking anything, she likely knows that she appears intoxicated or maybe smells like she has alcohol on her. So saying outright, no, I haven't had any alcohol might make her seem like a complete liar. So sometimes when people are telling on themselves, they're really doing it to be like hedging their bets, essentially. Like, okay, you got me, but it's not as bad as you think it is. It's only one Smirnoff Ice, just one, not a lot. I had something to drink, but I am not intoxicated. I'm not impaired. I just had something to drink. I admit, all right, the Smirnoff, but look no further than that. I am not fully intoxicated. So yes, this young lady does have some experience with being stopped for drinking.
But
I'll do it in
I'm
there.
not getting this one.
Just take it to the front of the car over here.
Take it off.
Okay. If you just want to walk with this officer, I'll do it for you. Okay.
If you want to put it in first gear.
Okay. Is the e-brake on or?
Yes, the e-brake is on, but it won't turn off without the first gear.
Okay.
Just stand right here for us, ma'am.
I mean, she's not walking around the worst. I really need to get I want to speed this up, but no, guys, just lock in with me. We're just going to be here hanging out, having a good time, because I want to see this on normal speed, because I want to see how she walks. So that was a waste of time. Let me just see how she walks. It didn't look a lot better when it was sped up. It looked like she wasn't too bad, but now that it's slower, look at
The first gear.
Okay.
So every time I've seen a DUI, they will point out things like couldn't keep time. They'll point out things like she held onto the car in order to get out. And to our untrained eyes or our normal eyes, that all looks fine, but they're going to point that out and be like, that looks like that further my suspicions that she was intoxicated. And so I was further confirmed that I wanted her to do what's called the standardized field sobriety test. Before she starts these, let me just say, I have many issues with the standardized field sobriety test because I think that they are generally unscientific. But you can do the breathalyzer, and that is, I think, a lot more accurate to whether or not somebody has alcohol in their system. But this is how it goes in the United States. The officers are going to ask you to do standardized field sobriety tests. But I think that sometimes, for example, say it's an older person with disabilities or a younger person with physical disabilities, that makes it difficult for them to walk in a straight line. Say that the person has some type of diabetic issue, and they don't realize that their blood sugar is off, so they're off balance. Some people naturally just have really, really bad balance. The horizontal gaze nystagmus test, where they put a pen in front of your face and they have you follow it with your eyes. And if over, I think it's 45 degrees, I think if you're over 45 degrees or something like that, if your eyes start to twitch before you get to 45 degrees, is it 90 or 45? I'm pretty sure it's 45. It's been a while since I have not handled a DUI in some time because I handle murders, and it's been a while, but I did handle DUIs a lot for like 5 or 6 years. I had a whole bunch. They were a significant portion of my my docket. So anyway, but like you get to about here to my memory, and if your eyes start twitching like that, your irises, they start twitching like that. It's an involuntary thing before you hit 45 degrees. That can be indicative of intoxication, and it can be. But what it can also be indicative of are neurological disorders or weakness in your eye muscles. Like, for example, I have a cousin who was born, she's like not albino, but we kind of tease her that she's basically albino because she's extreme light skin. But and I don't know if you've seen albino people, they have nystagmus before 45 degrees naturally, just like a lot of albino people's eyes go like that. And we love her, we just teased her about it, but her eyes also did that until she had surgery. And you would look at her and they would be doing like that, and she didn't have to get all the way over here. So that's not necessarily indicative of intoxication, even though, yes, intoxication does cause that. It can be caused by other things. So the SFST, standardized field sobriety tests, are too broad, in my opinion, to really capture whether or not someone is intoxicated or dealing with some other type of medical issue. But then you always have the breathalyzer test, which I think really solidifies, in my opinion, whether or not you have alcohol in your system. Hey, Tracy.
Just stand right here for us, ma'am. Right here on the light.
Okay, let's look at her.
Okay.
Stay right there.
She's like, oh, get this over. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Get this over with. I'm tired of doing these already. Oh, it's my second one in less than 2 months.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have any shoes? Do you have any other shoes in the car that you could wear? Like tennis shoes or something you feel comfortable in? Okay, because
I'm okay.
You sure?
I'm Native American. I'm okay.
Okay.
Right. I don't know what that means. Does someone ever say something about their culture and you're like, you know what? I don't know enough to touch that with a 10-foot pole, and I won't. I'm not touching that.
So, do you have anything wrong with your eyes? Like you wear Any
No.
contact lenses or
No.
glasses or anything like
No,
that?
sir.
Okay, your vision's fine.
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna try not to blind you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What I want you to do.
Okay, we're getting the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. Again, this is my least favorite of the SFSTs because there's so many disorders and conditions that can cause nystagmus in the eyes before 45 degrees.
Is pay attention to the pointer of my finger. Okay.
Okay.
The very tip of my finger.
Go back. I want to see if
you
I
to
can see
just
her
follow
iris.
that with your eyes and your eyes only. Okay. Keep your hands at your side.
She's not too
Don't
bad.
move your head. Just your eyes and your eyes only. Okay.
Let's
Yes,
see.
sir.
Okay.
She doesn't have it. I don't see it. Hold on, let me see. No, I don't see it before 45 degrees.
I should have worn pants.
Okay. Just pay attention to my finger.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I don't see it. Let me see. Oh no, I don't know what that means. Hold on. What does that mean? 422. Let me see. She is swaying back and forth while she's doing it, but she is not showing in this particular moment nystagmus and early, what they call it, early onset nystagmus. I don't see her pupils twitching. They actually look kind of straight. And also another thing that is kind of like not really the purpose of the test, but something that the test reveals is that intoxicated people will turn their heads even though they're told, because they're not good at following directions when they're intoxicated. They'll turn their heads even though they're told to keep their head straight and only move their eyes. And she's keeping her head straight and she's only moving her eyes. She's not too bad right here. Let's see. Oh, go back. What do you guys think?
All right. Just one more. Okay.
He's cold.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna check it. No, there's not.
Oh,
Actually-
playback speed. I feel like I did something. I did something and I made it weird. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah,
That's why I'm shivering right now.
I mean, I don't know what time of the year it is, but she ain't got nothing on, child.
Okay. Just one more pass. You feel comfortable? Okay.
Okay, now he's doing vertical gaze nystagmus. There's less scientific research to back this up. Usually, and I think he's doing it because she does not have horizontal gaze nystagmus early onset of that before 45 degrees. And so he's looking to see if she's impaired by something other than alcohol. The vertical gaze nystagmus test is used by drug recognition experts to determine whether or not someone is impaired by drugs. It is not indicative of alcohol intoxication. And the scientific research between vertical gaze nystagmus and its tie to the intake of substances other than alcohol is extremely weak and frequently something that we're able to toss out in court because there just is no real research showing that your pupils jerking up and down when you are looking upwards are indicative of really anything. It's the side to side that's indicative of alcohol intoxication. I don't see vertical nystagmus either. Yeah, and like she closed her eyes because her eyes probably got dry and there's light flashing in her eye, but there's no vertical. So I'm trained to recognize it. It's a jerking. It's like that. It's like that. So the dark part of her eye would be jerking up and down like that, and it's not. I don't see it. Guys, they stopped her because they received a report that somebody in the area was flashing lights into cars, but they didn't give her any description of what that person potentially looked like or why she would be tied to that and why they would be stopping her. When they ultimately did stop her, she gave her license and her registration. She had to get out of her car in order to do that. And they also pointed out that one of her headlights was out. Her headlight being out is a good reason for them to stop her, but I don't know if they noticed that at the time that they were stopping her or if they only noticed that after they stopped her. That's something that would have to be flushed out in court based on testimony, but it's not apparent from this video. And then she admitted to consuming alcohol. She said at, I think, hours and hours before. So she said around 8 and it's 3:45 a.m. right now. She said that she had one alcoholic beverage. She's 18 years old. She's not legal to drink here in the United States. I think that they have enough to ask her out. Her words were a little slurry. She's not the worst person I've seen get out of a car under suspicion of DUI, but I wouldn't say that necessarily they have no reason to suspect that she is currently impaired. I think they do have some reason, but I do think her attorney is going to have a good time arguing that this was an illegal stop because there wasn't reasonable articulable suspicion, because they had suspicion that someone was looking into cars, though looking into cars isn't in and of itself a crime, but could potentially be a crime. And, you know, that a crime is about to be committed. They can investigate that and stop people for that. But it also has to be particularized to the person. And I didn't hear anything particularizing it to her. Now, a police report or something could bear that out, but that's why she's here.
Okay.
Officer's gonna bring you a jacket, okay?
We'll get you a jacket before we start the next test, okay?
So
I think that's fair because she's shivering.
9 heel toe step, hands out to your side.
What did he say?
Next test, okay?
Oh, listen to this.
So 9 heel toe step, hands out to your side. Make sure you make contact on each step that you take. Look down at your feet as you walk.
Look down.
Count out loud so I can hear you.
Done all these tests.
I know, I'm the one that did it to you last time.
He's giving her the instructions on how to do the walk and turn test or the one leg stand. The one leg stand, I think he said. He's going to give her the one leg stand instructions. And this is the first time I'm hearing him point out, I gave you these instructions last time. So I'm wondering, did you really smell alcohol, or did you just like, I have pulled you over for drinking and driving before, so let me take my chance and see if you're drinking and driving this time. If she is in fact intoxicated and she's had more than just a Smirnoff Ice, and this is how she's presenting herself, then this young lady drinks too much, in my opinion, and needs to get some help, because she is actually overly acclimated to alcohol, because she's really not looking that bad to me. I don't know what you guys think, but in my professional/personal opinion, she doesn't look that bad so far.
The ones that
keep your front foot planted, use your rear foot to take small steps to turn yourself around, and then walk 9 more heel to toe steps back on that line, okay?
Okay. And then one.
So this means this officer, the one that we're looking at, doesn't know how to administer the test, because he's getting instructions from the officer whose body worn camera we're looking at.
Have her start the test.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
She stays in that position, right foot in front of left foot.
Yep.
Okay.
That's on
Okay.
the side. Don't start until I tell you to start.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
man.
sure you're gonna get back because I'm gonna be able to get home safely.
Okay, man. So what I want you to do, go ahead and stand where you were standing. So what I want you to do is keep your left foot planted, leave your hands at your side, and put your right foot in front of your left foot, just like that, okay?
One leg stand.
And what I want, yeah, but don't start until I tell you to start, okay? Okay. Yeah, you'll be fine right there, okay? Make sure you just watch traffic right there.
I just got the shakes right now because
No, I understand. I
So I'm gonna
understand.
be a little shaky.
Just do the best you can, okay?
Yes,
So what I
sir.
want you to do is keep your left foot planted, hands at your side.
Oh,
Keep your hands at your side. Put your right foot in front of your left foot, just like I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and put your right foot in front of your left foot and stay in that.
So I really hate this one because there is no set amount of time that you keep your foot up that makes you pass the test. Like, this is really just like only a failed test, because they're going to mark you off as soon as you put your foot down, but there is no set amount of time until you need to put your foot down. So it's really subjective and up to the officer, and you're relying on him to have good faith in how he assesses how you stick out your leg. But
No.
Don't drink and drive, people. And then you won't even have to worry about this, but I'm just saying.
Position, okay?
Yes, sir.
And what I want you to do is take 9 heel to toe steps.
Oh, it's the heel. Okay.
Straight down
This is the walk and turn test. Like I thought he was giving her the one leg stand.
that line. Just like this manner. You're going to place your.
Do you see how her feet are right now? So she's getting ready. She doesn't know it, but she's already started the test. You start the test once they tell you to get into the position. So she's in position right now, and her ability to stand on the line is a part of the test. So far she has been standing on the line, right? let's see, from when she put one foot in front of the other and put it down. So this is the walk and turn. He's not explaining things very well.
And now, go ahead and put your right foot in front of your left foot. And stay in that position, okay?
Yes, sir.
What I want you to do is take 9 heel-to-toe steps straight down that line, just like this manner. You're gonna place your foot, make contact with your planted foot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna look at your feet the whole time we're doing it. So 1, and count out loud. 2,
2,
3. I'm gonna do 3 just for demonstration. You're gonna do 9, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna
this is the part of the test right here. Okay, so with the one leg stand, my issue with the one leg stand, you guys got to remember, I'm a defense attorney. I'm always looking for the holes, okay? My issue with the one leg stand is that it's not like you pass if you can do it for 30 seconds. It really isn't. It's just, you know, he'll stop you if you're, or she, they'll stop you if you're unsafe, meaning you're falling all over the place. Okay, you're done. You're, you know, but if you can hold it up forever, some people hold it up straight and still get charged because they put it down after, say, 35 seconds and they're like, oh, you touched your foot down. But it's like, actually, no, I just don't have a great core and I put down my foot. You know, with this one, my problem with the walk and turn is the way that the turn is done is so unnatural. And if you've never seen it before, which she has, so she's practiced, she should get it right. But if you've never seen it before, it's the weirdest, most unnatural thing. And no one's experienced in how to do that. Most people mess up the turn. Almost everyone loses a point for the turn. I think there was one time that I had never even seen it in my practice, but I was reacting to a video on here maybe about 3 years ago or so. And it was like a recorded reaction. And maybe about 3 years ago or so, I'm reacting to the video and the guy actually gets the turn right. And I was like, what? I was so surprised. So few people get this turn right.
take a series of small steps.
And kickball change, and I kick. Exactly. This looks like choreography.
Demonstration. You're gonna do 9, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a series of small steps just to turn yourself around, okay? And then you'll be facing.
So you see how she came out of the instructional phase, how she came out of the step. She just lost points for that. And it's literally you start out with a certain level of points and you lose points as you go along. And if you lose a certain amount of points, they're arresting your ass. And it's like these tests to me are extremely problematic. But yes, the fact that she has come out of the stance, they are going to hold that against her, even though she's clearly coming out of the stance because she's cold.
Facing my unit, that vehicle right there, okay? And then you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back, just like this, okay? 1, 2.
Do you guys remember that turn?
That vehicle right there, okay? Self around, okay? And then you'll be facing a series of small steps just to turn yourself around, okay?
That's
and then
so
you'll
weird.
Be facing my unit.
Like, what does that prove? Who can do that? Who does that the first time that they ever see that? That's so weird. No one does that.
That vehicle right there, okay? Yeah. And then you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back, just like this, okay?
Well, I would represent her. I would. Like, literally on a pro bono basis. If I lived where she lives in New Mexico, I would definitely represent her. No. I feel like they've pulled her over for DUI before, and they were just like, it's a good bet you got some alcohol in your system, but she just doesn't seem that impaired to me. But maybe I'm wrong.
1, 2, 3.
Look at her with her little socks. She's so cute. I want her.
So go ahead and get in that starting position I told you to, okay? Keep your hands at your side. Look at your feet. Count out loud, okay?
Yep.
You understand? You understand before you begin?
Yes, sir. Sorry, it's really cold and my feet are starting to cramp up with this cold concrete.
Do you have any other shoes in the car or anything?
I don't think so, sir. No, I do not.
We're trying to give you every opportunity.
I know. I mean, if I could try to do it in my heels, but I think my heel's broken, so.
It's completely up to you. You were the one that requested to do it without your heels, okay?
Yes, I did because, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
You feel comfortable to start? Go ahead and get in that starting position. Okay.
All right.
You do not.
You want to stop and what? What'd you say? Say it again. You know, guys, as I get older, my heart gets softer towards younger people. I want this young lady to stop drinking. I definitely do. I don't think it's good to have any alcohol at 18. I don't think it's good to have any alcohol and drink at all. but she just doesn't come across as impaired to me, and so I'm a little worried here. Two DUIs in the span of 41 days, and you're only 18 years old really concerns me that something else is going on. Like, are you okay, girl? Like, what's up? What's up? But I don't really think she's that impaired. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yes, and she's so polite, and I don't know, I kind of like her. I think she's cute.
Okay.
Yes, I did because. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You feel comfortable to start?
Also, she's admitted, like someone just said this. Who was it? Bone Arrow? No, somebody else. Lynn, she's already admitted to underage drinking. Why go through all of this in the freezing cold? Yeah, that's what I'm like. Just give her the citation for her light being out and maybe charge her with underage drinking. I don't know if they can, if they didn't observe her drinking, but she admitted to underage drinking. Charge her with underage drinking and send her on her way. Not to drive, obviously. Have an adult come pick her up. But I don't know. I don't have good feelings about this. I don't like this one. It's not fun. As I said, don't volunteer any information to the cops. And someone said, I bet she's 0.02. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. She can refuse, but clearly she doesn't know that she can refuse. She does not have to say anything to the police if they are, have you been drinking anything tonight? I refuse to make any statements. I'm not talking to the police. I don't speak to the police. And I know people are uncomfortable with that, but that's really what they should say, because like what could have been just like a citation is now spiraled. And I don't actually think she's impaired to drive. And they weren't stopping her for her manner of driving. I don't think she's impaired to drive. I kind of believe her. But again, you got to take what I'm saying with the bias that I'm a defense attorney, but I'm not feeling this one. And I feel sorry for her. And now her face is blasted all over YouTube and I'm amplifying it. And what if she wants to like turn her life around and get a good job and go to college, and this is on here. She's got 2 DUIs in 41 days. That's terrible. But let me kind of be a voice of reason here and say, I really don't think in this one, I don't know what happened in the other one. I don't think she's impaired, but let's see.
Go ahead and get in that starting position.
Yeah, he targeted her for sure.
Okay.
All right.
You do not stop until you completed the test, okay?
Yes, sir.
You may begin.
She's shivering.
1,
2. No.
3.
Okay. There's a little stumble there. Okay.
5.
That's good.
6.
That's good.
7.
I saw one stumble. 8. Stop at 9. Okay. She did the turn wrong. Everyone does the turn wrong. But she's going to lose points for that. Okay. 3. And if the little mumbling you hear he's doing, he's counting the points off for where she stumbled, where she's made mistakes. She got the turn completely wrong. But like I said, everyone does. I just want to look at this one more time without me stopping it and just being completely silent.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Stumble.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Turn around. I don't think she's impaired. He took off a point for the turn. And he just said something. He just took off a point for her there, and she walked. She walked those 9 steps back without stumbling. She stumbled on like the 3rd or the 4th step forward, but the steps back, she didn't stumble at all. She did the turn wrong, but she wasn't falling all over the place. She just kind of turned around in a circle, very upright. I don't think there's a difference between you drank some alcohol, which you shouldn't do when you drive, but you drank some alcohol and you're impaired. Those are not the same things. Just because you had some alcohol does not mean that you're impaired. If you drink too much alcohol, you can become impaired. Or if you drink more alcohol than what your personal system can handle, you can become impaired. But she is not, in my opinion, impaired. That's just my opinion. Again, you guys can tell me what you think, but I don't see it.
Okay.
Helena says she doesn't seem impaired. So Mother Oates, she can only appeal if she's convicted. And I don't know if she's been convicted. Bree says she doesn't seem impaired. A Bone Arrow says, I'm stone cold sober, just that 9 steps test, and I stumbled. Exactly. Like, I really have to work on, I have improved my balance by working on my core in the gym. I'm very serious about this because I, for years, have had very bad balance. I just don't have very good hearing, and your hearing impacts your balance. So I've had to work on my core in order to work on my balance. A lot of people don't have great balance. That doesn't mean that they're impaired. I don't think I would do well on the walk and turn test. As a matter of fact, I always told myself, and I've never been stopped for DUI, thank goodness, because that's just scary in and of itself, like just to be stopped under suspicion of something like that. But my strategy is that if I ever do get stopped under suspicion of DUI, let's say maybe like I'm driving tired or something, and that's why I always pull over and go to sleep. If I'm like, oh crap, I'm tired, I'll pull over and go to sleep. I don't care what time it is. I don't care where I am, and I don't care where I'm going. If I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep. But anyway, say I'm pulled over for something like that, I will just say, give me the breathalyzer. I'm not doing the field sobriety test. You don't have to do them. They can't force you. They cannot force you. Now, you can have negative consequences. You can have your license suspended for doing it, but there's no criminal charge that comes along with it. But anyway, if they were like, oh, do the field sobriety test, I would say no and just say, just give me the breathalyzer. Just give me the breathalyzer. I know I didn't drink any alcohol. Give me the breathalyzer. And I actually saw this young man do that. He got stopped by the police and they suspected him of DUI. He refused to do any of the field sobriety tests. They arrested him. They brought him down to the station. He did the breathalyzer. He blew a 0.0 and the police were super angry at him. I don't think she would be a 0.0. I do think she has some alcohol in her system. I just don't think that she's impaired to drive. I don't.
All right. So next test.
Oh yes, thank you so much, Witness, for reminding everyone. Please like the video, please. Appreciate you.
Have you do? You could go ahead and stand right here. Okay. It's called the one leg stand. Okay.
Okay.
No, I want you to do. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna demonstrate to you just so you can get refreshed on it. Okay. You're gonna have your hands at your side just like this, just like the other test. And what I want you to do is raise whatever.
She's crying now and getting upset. She knows she's going to get arrested. She knows it. She's getting pulled over. She's been stopped by one of these cops before for DUI recently. I think she's getting upset.
Foot of your choice. Are you okay?
Yeah, just PTSD. Okay.
Okay.
Just very.
Okay. So you're gonna raise either foot of your choice.
This is not a funny one. This is, it's like, it's not funny when they're drunk because they're putting people in danger, but I'm glad they got stopped so that they don't kill themselves or someone else. That's one of the things about DUI stops. I appreciate them because I'm glad that this person is getting stopped and they'll be course corrected and hopefully put on the right path. But with her, I feel so sorry for her. Like I don't know. It just, this gives me bad vibes. I don't know why. Can you guys talk to me in the comments? Like, why is this giving me bad vibes? I don't know why. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. And you're going to hold it approximately 6 inches off the ground like you're stepping on a Coke can. Okay.
Sure.
And you're going to do this. You're going to count. So go ahead and stay in that position for me. Okay. And I'm going to demonstrate for you. You're going to lift your whatever foot your choice. You're going to hold it out in front of you, 6 inches off the ground. You're going to count out loud. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000 until I tell you to stop. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You're going to keep counting until I tell you to stop. Hold on. Don't begin yet. I'm going to grab it.
Ooh, good question. Wouldn't she need to be a 0.0? This is from Pamela, 0.0 since she's under drinking age. So that's, again, I think I'm trying to make a distinction. Thank you for that question. Driving under the influence, there's only some states, I think Georgia might be one of them, that have zero tolerance, meaning if you're 0.01, you're driving with alcohol in your system, and that is a crime in and of itself. But in most other jurisdictions, driving while impaired, there's usually like a minimum requirement. I think it's for Maryland, it used to be at the time that I did DUIs, I don't know if it still is, under 0.06. So if you blew like a 0.05, 0.04, 0.03, you were, unless you had like other signs of impairment, it was a presumption that you were basically not impaired, right? 0.06, you're driving while impaired. 0.08, you're driving under the influence. 0.10, you're DUI per se, meaning it doesn't matter what the surrounding circumstances are. You are by fact, you are impaired, and you cannot drive with a 0.10, no matter how good you're driving, no matter how well you do the field sobriety test, right? And so that's a separate issue from whether or not she is an underage person who's drinking. That's a separate crime altogether. They can give her a breathalyzer for that. It doesn't matter if she is impaired or not, because if it's a de minimis, minors can't have alcohol in their system. I can't think of any states right now off the top of my head that have that law, but I can imagine that maybe there is a state out there or two that has a law that like they can't even have alcohol in their system. They can't admit to being under the influence of alcohol. They, most places you have to observe them drinking or see them with, alcohol around them in order to, charge them or ticket them for underage drinking. But this is not that. This is not an underage drinking investigation. This is a DUI investigation. And so she has to show signs of impairment. And they have to likely give her a breathalyzer. She just doesn't seem impaired to me. So there's some states where if you're under a certain amount, you can have alcohol in your system. And if you don't appear like you're impaired, you're not driving under the influence or driving while impaired because you're not impaired by the alcohol. You have to show signs of impairment. In Maryland, they make a baseline 0.10. Doesn't matter how well you're driving under the influence. You're guilty of that crime.
The timer, okay?
I got you, brother.
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
I have to ask my husband that. I don't know. I haven't had
30 seconds.
I've never taken a DUI in DC, so I don't know. I'm gonna ask my husband. I'll find out before the end of the stream.
Yep, it'll count to 30. Whenever.
Okay.
Okay. They're gonna give her 30 seconds. They don't give them 30 seconds. The Maryland State Police do not give you 30 seconds. They'll just go. Just hold that foot up and go. See what happens. All right, let's look at this one leg stand. They're gonna time her for 30 seconds.
Hey, Miss, what was your name again?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. You may begin.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 1,000, 12, 1,000, 13, 1,000, 14.
So she's gonna lose a point for putting her foot down at 13. She definitely will lose a point for that.
14, 1,000, 15, 1,000, 16, 1,000, 17, 1,000, 18, 1,000, 19, 1,000, 20, 1,000, 21, 1,000, 22, 21.
I do want to point out that she is not slurring her words and her eyes are not bloodshot or glassy.
1,000, 23, 1,000, 24, 1,000, 25, 1,000, 26.
Stop. Okay.
She's getting arrested.
What's your name again?
My name is Sunrise.
There's officers talking to you. I just curious about what your name was. How much did you have to drink today?
I had one Smirnoff tonight.
One Smirnoff?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question. If you thought you blew into an instrument, say an toxilizer, what do you think you would blow, level-wise?
Well, last time I drank 3 buzz balls and I blew 0.9, so I don't know.
Yeah. You said just one Smirnoff?
Yeah.
You're being honest?
Yes.
Let me see.
I don't think she's being honest about that, but I don't think she's impaired. And I'm becoming a softie and I just want them to leave her alone. I just want them to give her a ticket and leave her alone. I'm such a mess. Oh my goodness.
Look at me.
Yeah, okay. I just want to point out them doing this a second time, that is not standard. Standardized field sobriety test. Follow the standard. They're doing it a second time because she passed it the first. She passed it the first. Now, what's also likely happening here and likely what they're suspecting is that she drank recently and she's getting drunker with time. That does happen. It gets into your system more. You're soaking it up. You're getting more impaired. You took a big shot of something and you're getting drunker before you start to sober up, right? Like it kind of peaks, So maybe they're trying to see, now are her eyes shaking with a little bit more time? Hold on one second. Yeah. Now are her eyes shaking? But this is not the standard to retest her until she fails, right? You do each one and you count it up. But come on, y'all. Leave Sunrise alone. Free Sunrise is in the comments. Sunrise girl, listen, If somebody wants to pro hoc vice me into New Mexico, I am so serious. I will represent Sunrise. I will represent her. I'll take my leave days. I think I have a few leave days left before my vacation at the end of the year. And I will represent Sunrise. I'm so serious. I feel so sorry for her. She's getting sandbagged here because she was DUI before and they knew it. Free my girl Sunrise. Kurt said he will come with me. Right? Because aren't you in Texas, Kurt? You're not that far away. I want to represent Sunrise. I feel sorry for her. I'm serious. And purge her record too. Let's go. I'm so serious. Stop trying to make her fail. And you see how now the editing, this is not on California body cam, but the editing is not showing her eyes again like how they were before. I want to see. I don't think she's impaired. I think she had some drinks and she shouldn't. But I don't think she's actually impaired.
Keep looking at me.
All right, let me see.
Okay. Past me, actually.
They're not shaking. He's trying to see if her pupils are reacting.
Or face, take your tongue out for me.
I'm sorry.
This is not normal. It's not normal for them to keep doing this test on her over and over again. And even with fatigue, she could start having nystagmus before 45 degrees. She could have early onset because her eyes are now getting strained and tired. This is kind of messed up. Like, okay, I mean, I feel like you're going to arrest her. Just arrest her. You know, like enough of this already. Oh, it's from a year ago. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This year has gone by so fast. We are in October. Happy October, everybody. Happy spooky season. I forgot we're in October. Wow. Oh, Sunrise. Oh, I feel so sorry for her.
Sorry.
Stick your tongue out.
Why are we sticking her tongue out? What standardized field sobriety test is that? Like, it's been a while since I've taken it's been a while since I've had a DUI case. I really want to say maybe about 10 years since I've had one. And like I said, I had them for like 5 or 6 years. Like they were a heavy part of my practice, but it's been about 10 years. I don't remember tongue sticking out. Why are we looking inside of her mouth? That's not a standardized field sobriety test. Give me 1 second, okay? Hold on. Okay. And when I say standardized, I really do mean standardized. They're given by the National Highway and Safety Bureau or something like that. Like they're standardized across the country. So I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, let me show you guys this. These are the standardized field sobriety tests. Okay. So let's go to testing. Oh, damn it. I'm just trying to go to the testing portion. Okay. Review. Well, let me just, this is the actual guidebook for SFST, and this is a refresher for the guidebook, but this is a manual for police officers. So just give me 1 second for when they're trained on standardized field sobriety tests. Let me just search the word tongue. Tongue. Yeah, the word tongue never even appears in here. Testing. Yeah. Okay, let me go. Walk and turn. Okay, so here we go. Pre-arrest screening. Here we go. Throughout the training, we will be discussing the concepts related to these 3 phases. The SFST battery is a set of tests. So standardized field sobriety test battery is a set of tests that include the following: horizontal gaze nystagmus, which I told you I have scientific issues with. Walk and turn. I also have issues with that, but it is what it is. You know, these are like preambles to, do we have enough to give you a breathalyzer, essentially, right? Walk and turn, 1 leg stand. It just seems like it's a setup to be failed, but when someone's intoxicated, it shows itself in these tests. That is true. It does show itself. But when someone's on the line, that's where I think that it's too subjective and might unfairly drag people in the net of being arrested that don't need to be. But we'll see. Walk and turn. But yeah, see, that's not a standardized test. Sticking your tongue out? What is that all about? A mí no me gusta. Yeah, Kurt said he's in a suing kind of mood. Yeah, I don't even like why they stopped her. They stopped her because someone was looking into vehicles. This is not what I was expecting at all. The title is still Girl Put the Bottle Down, because no drinking for you, young lady. We're going to deal with our issues outside of drinking alcohol. Don't do it. Trust me. Listen, young people, alcohol seems like a lot of fun, and it can be. But the overuse of it, using it too soon or too frequently, using it outside of just like maybe social settings, it can really damage your body. It can damage your mind. We have a big drinking culture in the United States. In a lot of westernized countries, we have drinking culture, but we don't really talk about like the crap that alcohol can really, really do to you. You know, you're a beautiful young lady. You don't want to ruin your life with alcohol. That being said, I don't like this. The public defender in me is just rearing up, and I'm really trying to control myself because I don't want to lose my objectivity, but I'm not liking this. Alcohol is great, according to why are we doing that?
Smoke anything today?
Yes, I have.
What'd you smoke?
Nicotine.
And what else?
And
What?
So, do you feel like you're okay to operate a vehicle?
yes, I am.
Okay.
I drive standard.
I don't know what that was. Nicotine, and did she say the MJ? Did she say Mary Jane? Because that would make here's the thing. They know she's not impaired by alcohol. They are grasping at straws. She's making all types of incriminating statements. I wish she wasn't saying anything. I'm thinking she said that she smoked some MJ. Yeah. Someone said, I need a female cop now. Yeah. Are the maternal and paternal instincts like kind of perking up in all of us right now? Like, I don't like this. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
So, do you feel like you're okay to operate a vehicle?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I drive standard. I think I can operate a standard vehicle.
Okay, well, this officer did the field on you. What do you think? Do you think she's okay to operate a motor vehicle today?
Okay, well, you're slurring your speech a little bit.
She's not. As time has gone on, she's gotten a little bit more like robotic in her speech, but her speech is not slurred. Yes, I am. That's not slurred. She's not slurred. I don't agree with that.
Did make some mistakes on the field test, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I know it was under the best circumstances because you don't have shoes on. So
I think her mistakes are very minimal, and I don't think she appears impaired at all. But that's just me.
Take that into consideration. Are you being honest? You only had one Smirnoff?
They wouldn't need to ask her all of these questions about, they need more admissions to drinking more alcohol or taking more drugs because they don't have enough to arrest her for DUI right now. She is not impaired. So they need her to admit to, yes, recently I had a bunch of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really trying to help her. They're trying to get her to help them build a case against her because the fields, she didn't fail them. I'm sorry, she didn't. She didn't fail the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. You have no control over that. She did not have nystagmus, either horizontal or vertical, no matter what you believe about that, which indicates to me she's likely not impaired. And she was pretty solid on the walk and turn. Very, very solid. I think she did the worst on the one leg stand, and she's in socks on the side of the road in the cold. And barely did she do bad on that. I don't think she's impaired. And so I think they're trying to get her to incriminate herself by asking her all these questions so that she can do the job that they can't. And I don't like it.
I'm being completely honest with you, sir. Since 8:30, I have only had one Smirnoff and it had 15% in it.
Okay. Well, you'd be willing.
If she said it had 15% in it, and she's speaking very clearly, her words are not slurred. Let her go. You're not going to let her go. That's why we're here, but let her go.
To go to the station to do a breath test?
No, I'm not.
Good for you, because she definitely was drinking. It's time for you to finally say no. I'm very proud of you. I'm persnickety. Shout out to you. Okay, so here's the thing. The fact of her refusal to do the breathalyzer, which she is allowed to refuse. Some states allow the jury to hear about that, or the judge gets to consider that. And in some places, the judge and the jury don't get to consider that because you have the right to refuse it. In some places, they're like, oh, it's like an implied consent to do it because you're operating a vehicle on the road. And so there's an implied consent that you will do it. And if you don't do it, there's like a presumption that you are intoxicated because you refuse to do it, right? Like it's a behavioral presumption. So there's different jurisdictions that handle that differently. And I really want to know from Brandon whether or not they allow you to opt out of the SFSTs and whether or not in DC, because that's where my husband practices, and whether or not you can. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Somebody just snatched my thought because I just got a text message. It's just something I'm going to have to respond to. Let's get back to the video. I have to respond to something. 1 second.
I'm not. My dad is in. My dad. I've heard. I'm going to court for this. I'm already going to court for this.
Yes.
I'm doing good. I'm going to my sister's house. I was dropping off 2 friends. I was trying to be a good DWI driver.
You're
Not
trying
let
to be
them.
a good DWI driver?
Yeah, trying to not let them drive.
Okay.
Drinking.
Yeah, what she's trying to say is that she was trying to be a designated driver, and she said a DWI driver. She's nervous. Come on. This feels like bullying almost.
And driving.
Okay.
My friends are drinking and driving. I'm trying to be the DD.
Okay.
And I'm not
designated driver. She's thinking, I only have 1 drink. I'm fine. You shouldn't be drinking at all. You're not old enough to drink. That's number 1. But number 2, stay from behind the wheel until your case is resolved. Poor baby.
not trying to let them drive.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be the good person and take them home, and so I could get home safely.
Okay, how about this? When was the last time you spoke?
I'm gonna be honest with you about it, like maybe 30 minutes ago, before you guys pulled me over. I'm gonna be completely honest.
When was the last
I do
time?
have a medical card.
Okay. When's the last time you drank?
8:30, like I said.
Okay. And
so
then
she's not illegally smoking marijuana because she has a medical card for it. Sorry, I'm getting congested. You guys know I have that issue from time to time.
what did you smoke?
She already
Bowl, pre-roll, blunt.
A dispo.
Okay.
A carb.
Yeah, carb. Gotcha.
Wax.
I was getting there.
Yep, you're good.
So wax. Got it from the dispensary. Which one?
Even how she said wax dispensary. She's saying the words very clearly. As she's standing here, she's not swaying. She's not slurring her words. She's not falling over. She's not becoming belligerent. She doesn't appear intoxicated to me.
Days.
What do you think the percentage is that?
27?
Yeah, they're pretty high. Okay.
I don't know.
So are you A-Ride certified?
Am I what?
A-Ride.
No.
I'll help you out. Hi. So we're gonna move to the next portion of the test, okay? Look forward to it. So this is the drug recognition portion. Put your feet together for me.
Oh, here we go. Because they now have some reason to believe since she has alcohol. They're like, oh, I'm telling you guys this right now. She passed the standardized field sobriety test. And so someone said, hey, so if like they pass, do they just like let them go? Very, very rarely. You're just going to have to sort it out in court. They're charging her. They're arresting her. She's not getting out of this. They are going to get something out of this. They're going to get their arrest. Right. And I feel sorry for her because she does not appear impaired. And it's clear that she's not impaired by alcohol. She passed the standardized field sobriety test. Now, we are now delving into the pseudoscience of the pseudoscience. Like it's even worse than standardized field sobriety test, which is drug recognition experts. I don't know whether or not this officer is even certified in that. Doesn't matter. But the science behind these tests and how they predict or indicate whether or not someone is impaired by drugs instead of alcohol is just non-existent, right? The science is just not there. However, and it's very easy to challenge in court. However, it's a last-ditch thing. They go, like I said, with this vertical gaze nystagmus. There's no scientific evidence for that. There is just no evidence that being impaired by drugs, specifically marijuana, shows a particular way in these type of tests that they do. It's just not there. There is really no science for it. So they're going to do this. It's basically made up. It's made so that you fail, and this girl's going to jail.
Like that. Hands out to your side for me. I'm going to draw an X on my finger, okay?
Yes, sir.
Very simple. I want you to look at the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only. I'm going to be doing circles around your face. I'm going to bring my finger
circles around your face.
And you just want me to follow the X.
Follow the X. My finger's going to go close to your face, but I will not touch you. Do you understand?
Makes sense.
Come close.
She's following it just fine. She's not impaired, guys. If she was impaired, her eyes would have been she would have nystagmus at an early onset. She did not, right? She's not impaired. She had some substances. She's not impaired. Those are two different things. Charge her for underage drinking. You can't charge her for the marijuana. You don't see her in possession of it. I don't think they can even charge her for the underage drinking because she's not in possession of it. But either way, give her the ticket for her front light being out and let this girl go.
We're going to watch the path of her eyes, okay?
Thanks, Dark Bunny. Have a good one.
Keep looking at the tip of my finger and stare at it, okay?
You're going to make her go cross-eyed.
See your left eye?
Your left
I
eye.
do have a lazy eye.
She's fine. She's not. No.
Just watch the path of her eyes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what the DRE tests are, because just like the tongue sticking out is not a standardized field sobriety test, I don't believe this thing is a DRE test either, but maybe it's been added since I last did a DRE. Drug recognition expert test. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's look at this. Yep. Okay. So according to the IACP, the DRE protocol is a standardized and systematic method of examining a driving under the influence of drugs suspect to determine the following: whether or not they are impaired, if so, whether the impairment relates to drugs or alcohol or drugs or a medical condition, and if drugs, what category or combination of categories of drugs are the likely cause of the impairment. The process is systematic because it's based on a complete set of observable signs and symptoms that are known to be reliable indicators of drug impairment. You know what it does not hold itself out to be? Scientific. It says it's systematic, but it's not scientific. The drug recognition expert testing protocol is not proven by science whatsoever. But you have obviously the breath alcohol test, which has not been given here. I wish it had been, so we could just move on. They interview the arresting officer. Don't care about that, because the DRE, the thing is, I don't even think that this guy is a DRE, because usually the drug recognition expert is someone that you have to call in to come on the scene. They're not usually doing the patrols, right? So usually they have to come, they have to ask the officer what they observed, and then they do their test. So then they do the preliminary examination to ascertain whether the subject may be suffering from an injury or some other condition. So they ask them some question, and then they do the eye examination. So they do the horizontal gaze nystagmus, side to side, vertical gaze nystagmus, up and down, and lack of convergence. So what is lack of convergence? Because that one I'm not familiar with. Is that what this round and round thing is? Lack of convergence test? I don't like using AI, but we'll just use it for a shortcut here. I really hate it. A lack of convergence test is a field sobriety test used by law enforcement to assess drug or alcohol impairment. It's checking if the subject eyes can cross inward when following a stimulus move toward their nose. Right, exactly. So doing like this, which I did see him do, doing like this, can your eyes go inward, right? To perform the test, an officer moves a finger or other stimulus in a circle to ensure the subject is tracking it. That's what he did. Okay, fair. And then slowly moves it toward the bridge of the subject's nose, around 12 to 15 inches away. Well, he was way closer than 12 to 15 inches. He was he was almost touching her. Normal eye convergence results in both eyes crossing at about 2 inches from the nose. If one or both eyes drifts outwards instead of converging, it can indicate impairment. Though lack of convergence can also occur naturally, and because that would be if you have a lazy eye, and may require an officer to ask if the subject normally has difficulty crossing their eyes. Who would even know that? I don't go around trying to cross my eyes. I, in fact, try not to cross my eyes. I think I'm afraid it's going to get stuck like that. So yeah, so the circle does seem to be a part of the lack of convergence test. So I do correct myself there. And it seems like you would be 12 to 15 inches away, not like right up on her. But what he's looking for is to see if the eyes cross. Okay, so let's take a look at that one more time. Oh, sunrise. I think I want to change this title to Justice for Sunrise. Okay, let's look. Okay, she is tracking.
Just watch the path of her eyes, what they take, okay? Try to take some deep breaths, okay?
Sorry, it's cold.
It is very cold.
So she's not. There was one lady we covered some years ago where she was making. They were like, it's 75 degrees. She's like, I'm freezing. I can't do this test. I'm freezing. She was very bougie, my type of lady, you know. But she was drunk. She was wine drunk. But anyway, this young lady. Let's see how she's looking here.
Is he all right? Okay. So it's lack of convergence.
Yeah, she showed it. She showed lack of convergence. One of her eyes. I saw that. Let me go look again. Yeah. No. Let me look again. Did she? Can I zoom in on this?
Is he all right?
No. I don't know. Is that a lack of convergence? Let me see. It looks like both of her eyes went in and both of her eyes went out. It should be that one of the eyes can't track in, even though the other one can. Like both eyes can't go in at the same time. Options, keyboard, screenshot, video filters, speed, pop-up player, expand, cinema mode. No, there's no zoom in option. Okay. Thanks to the guy that does this thing, this extension though. It's well worth it.
So it's lack of convergence. She has lack of convergence. That's
I don't see it. Let me tell. She said she has a lazy eye, right? And I don't think she would know. They said it wouldn't work for someone who has a lazy eye, but I just want to look at it one more time. 1 second. I don't know.
Watch the path of her eyes, what they take, okay? Try to take some deep breaths, okay?
Sorry, it's cold.
It is very cold. Is he all right?
I don't see it.
So it's lack of convergence. She has lack of convergence.
Yeah.
That's.
I didn't.
That falls with cannabis. Okay. So real quick, do me a favor, big fist for me. Fingers out, just like that. Put your fingers down to your side. All right. When I tell you to, you're gonna close your eyes and tilt your head back. Okay. When I tell you to, not now.
Oh.
When you do tilt your head back, close your eyes. You're gonna touch the very tip of your left finger to the very tip of your nose. Okay. When I say left, then you're gonna touch it and bring it right back down without me saying to bring it down. Okay. Do it on your own. When I say right, you move the very right tip of your finger to the very tip of your nose and bring it right back down without me telling you to. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Close your eyes, tilt your head back.
Okay. This right here, this is an old school standardized field sobriety test. They don't use this one anymore. That's for alcohol. That's not one of the DRE tests. They don't use this one anymore. It's not effective. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot because I'm hot for sunrise. Not that way. Not like that.
Close your eyes as tight as you can. And relax.
Sorry.
Just close your eyes.
Well, can she join the army now since she's done all these tests?
No, she's cold with her eyelid trimmers. So her eyelids are trimming. Have trimmers left.
Her eyelids have tremors. Oh my God. Y'all are just making this up on the fly. And if you're an attorney who does DUI practice in the state of New Mexico, let me know. But it looks like some of these, he's just making them up as he goes along. And again, there is no scientific backing for this crap. This is crap. Like, just arrest the girl if you're going to. My God.
Right.
She's passing it. You're also shining a light in her face, so she has to scrunch her face up. Are you going to take points off of that? Look, you see that? No, we don't see anything. None of us sees anything. What are we doing here?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is she... Okay. And they said it's cold. They gave her a jacket. It's cold.
Okay. So she's not remembering to put it down right away. Open your eyes for me.
So, because she didn't put it down right away, you didn't tell her to put it down right away. Did he tell her to put it down? I have not had anything to drink today, and I don't remember him telling her and then put it down right away. But maybe I missed that. I don't know, man.
Now, next test. Stopwatch. I'm gonna have you close your eyes, okay, and tilt your head back. I need you. Hold on, not yet. I need you to estimate 30 seconds in your mind. Okay. However you get there, without counting out loud, estimate 30 seconds in your mind.
As I said before, we know, and this is when it's the drunk and impaired people. They don't track time well.
When you get to your 30-second mark, you're gonna bring your head back down, open your eyes, and tell me done, and I'll stop the watch. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You understand the test?
Yes, sir.
Close your eyes. Put your head back. And begin.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26. He just started on time. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Because her legs are, you said her legs are trembling. So that's indicative. That's what he just said. Listen to him. Listen to this idiot. I'm sorry, sir. You know what? Let me not call you an idiot. Okay. Let me not call any of you guys idiots in this particular moment, because it's a systemic issue. It's not even an individual issue. It's a systemic issue. This is ridiculous. It's freezing. I've lost count of the time already. All right. Let me keep the time correctly, and you guys listen to what he said when he goes over to the other officer. 29. Nope. Let me go to when he tells her to begin.
Yes, sir.
Close your eyes. Put your head back. And begin.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22.
She's cold, but her legs are trembling. Which is also another thing for Canada. So we have no tremors.
18,
yeah, she's cold.
17,
but
16.
That's not consistent with shivers.
15.
You have to use and swing.
Mm-hmm.
You watch that. Her eyelids.
11, 10, 9, Mississippi, 8, Mississippi. Nah, she stopped too early.
Right. But not bad. How'd you get there?
Not bad.
Mississippi's.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
Yeah,
3 Mississippi.
okay. She counted better than I did, and I haven't had anything to drink. What are we talking about here? And it's like, this is the test that is designed for you to fail, because it is not scientifically backed. It is completely objective. He's like, you see that? Her legs, it's shaking. That's indicative of marijuana. If anyone ever here has participated in the 420, no comment. I plead the fifth. Leg shaking? Are we serious here? Her legs are tremoring. I know that it's cold, but that's indicative of marijuana. Give me a break. That's not consistent. Her legs are shivering, but that's not consistent with shivers from the cold. It's consistent from taking substances. What is your qualification to say that? I don't believe you for a second, sir. Oh my gosh. The cop is playing limbo. How low can you go before you hit the bar for the Constitution? Absolutely A. Let me like your comment. Heck yeah.
Okay. So I believe that you are under the influence of marijuana for sure. Just based off the alcohol, I can smell it. So let's be honest. Just like last time when I dealt with you, one Smirnoff.
Just like I'm profiling you based on the fact that I previously stopped you and I got lucky and you were intoxicated then. Just be honest that you're intoxicated now. You don't need her to be honest about anything if she was actually failing these tests. And I don't think she's actually failing the tests. I'm not as familiar with these DRE tests. The circular one, I can't quite tell. It looks to me like her eyes go like that, and that is a convergence of the eyes. That's what it looks like to me. I just think that it doesn't matter what she does. They're saying that she's failing. I don't think she's actually failing.
How big was this Smirnoff? Because there's no way it was a 12-ouncer. Because one, I could smell it.
So,
every time you talk, it gets a lot stronger.
One, I was dealing with a lot of drunk friends. I just took one home.
Yeah.
Threw a bomb.
Okay. Yeah. I know the smell of puke. Trust me, I've been around drunk people. Let me finish. Every time you talk, it hits me in the face. I'm close.
I don't, you know what, that may be the case or not. I don't know this man, right? I don't know this officer, but I have not agreed with his assessments of how she's performed on the test so far. I think he is not being honest about how well she's performing on the test. And so for that reason, I don't know if I trust him that alcohol, the smell of alcohol is hitting him, especially because now this is a soft factor, right? But normally when the officer smells the odor of alcohol, they'll say it pretty early on. Like, no, tell me the truth. Like, I'm pulling you out for this. Give me 1 second. Child. I don't even want to talk about it. You guys, I'm getting some texts about some things that are going on. You guys know I live in the DC area, and the government shutdown is really affecting us. So, okay, putting out some fires, but I don't want to talk about that here. Let's just look at Sunrise, and let's give Sunrise some emotional support, because the girl is getting sandbagged here. That's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. I'm really feeling for her. I am.
Close to you.
Yes,
All right. I smell people's
Oh,
breath.
that's what I'm saying. Like, someone just said that when you smell MJ, you know it's there. They have to ask her. They didn't say, you smell like MJ. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you expect someone to smell like it if they're intoxicated by it. She doesn't smell like it. She said she was smoking wax. That has a smell. So I am very, very concerned and confused as to why they need to ask her so many questions if she smells so strongly of alcohol. And this is the first time that I'm hearing it. And we are 20 minutes into this video.
All freaking day.
Okay.
It's hitting me in the face.
Yes,
It's hitting me in the face.
Okay.
So if I bring out a portable breath test to you, you think you blow anywhere under a 0.08?
No.
Okay.
Maybe a
Okay.
0.10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
What's
a
the middle
0.10? Yeah.
of it?
Shut up, Sunrise. Sunrise is done. She's going to go to jail. Okay. Sunrise is going to jail, child. Let's see what happens when she's back here. Because she said, yeah, maybe I'm blowing a 0.10. Don't know. Let's see if she blows here. Let me see. I'm just for brevity's sake, and I need to do some things now. Let's just move on. Let me see what happens here when they put her in the cruiser.
I have to do that. And that's the exact
Oh, no. She's been so calm. It's very stressful. Okay. Right. Your legs are shaking. So are mine's going to the gym. Leg day can make your legs shake. Can't attest to that. Okay.
Okay. You change your mind, let us know.
So can you please call my sister now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hey, Sunrise,
Okay.
do you have your phone on you? Because I just checked your car.
You
That's
know
why I
your
was trying
sister's
to
number?
check my.
It doesn't like they give her a breath test on scene. She's arrested here. Okay. And she's upset here. Let's go here. It looks like she's getting arrested. Let's go to her arrest. Yeah, let's go to her arrest. She was so calm.
Under arrest right now, okay? I don't think you're okay to drive.
Please, I just live. Let me call my sister. Please, I've already went through this.
Go ahead and face the car for me.
No.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
My dad lives in.
Oh.
This cop was here too.
I mean, she was drinking. She was drinking. She does not appear to be impaired, but she at all. And I think they're reaching, but sometimes they're reaching and they're right? So I'm hoping that maybe she got something out of it being an illegal stop. I'm hoping, because I feel really, really bad for her. I don't know why. I can't fully process. I got to think it through a bit more, but it's really bothering me. Oh, I feel so sorry for her.
Arrested. I was fine. I cooperated.
You
I know.
did.
I know.
And this is something that I say to clients all the time. It pays to be respectful. It does not pay to cooperate. And that's something that the general public is kind of like brainwashed with law enforcement. Be respectful. Don't physically fight them or anything like that. Follow instructions. But when it comes to things like them trying to get you to make statements, assert your right to remain silent. Okay. And the law is very murky here on whether or not officers have to read you your rights when they're just conducting a DUI investigation. In most states, they found that they don't until they're putting you in custody and placing you under arrest, even though I think you're in custody when they're doing those field sobriety tests on you, because you're not really free to leave. If you tried to just get up and drive away, they would stop your ass and they would arrest you. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of cases that are not great for the defense when it comes to the officers asking preliminary questions or field sobriety test questions without first telling people that they have the right to remain silent. So whether or not an officer tells you that you have the right to remain silent, you do have the right to remain silent. Please remember that. And she would have most benefited from remaining silent. And I don't know if it's necessarily justice that she got arrested here, because she really does not appear, in my opinion, to be impaired, even though it's very possible that she did consume alcohol. I mean, more than very possible. She admitted it. She consumed alcohol. It's a question of how much, right? I don't endorse anyone drinking and driving, but I also don't endorse unnecessarily prolonged interactions with law enforcement and unnecessary arrests. And I don't think that this arrest is necessarily legal or necessary. And I would be willing to fight this case in court right here. You know, this really is pulling on my heartstrings. I feel for her. She gave them the evidence that they needed in order to charge her. They didn't. If they had just taken her out the car and had her do fields, they wouldn't have had an arrest. But her statements of drinking alcohol and smoking MJ, that's what got her arrested more than the results of the tests, because they were just making up things towards the end there. They were making up tests. They were making up results. They were making up, even when she was doing well, they were trying to find reasons for why she wasn't. And then she ended up getting arrested. So it just feels fundamentally unfair to me. That's just my opinion, though.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I could have said no, and I could have refused, and I could have called my dad, and I didn't do none of that, and I cooperated.
You see, she's like, I could have said no, I could have refused, and I could have called my dad. That's exactly what you should have done. You probably wouldn't have been able to call your dad, but you should have refused. You should have. Everyone should exercise their right to remain silent. Everyone. But not enough people do. I shouldn't say very few. Not enough people do.
Don't you think I should get a chance to go to Algrove and stay with my sister?
So listen.
I am under the influence of.
Was that
now she's making admissions that she's under the influence and she's in custody, but they're not asking her any questions. So they did not need to Mirandize her before she made that statement. She made that statement on her own. And so that statement would come in against her. And she made the statement post-arrest. It's going to come in against her, saying, I am under the influence. And she's probably under the influence. She's getting very emotional here.
Yes, she did.
No, that's all.
Let me
So they don't tighten up.
take some for you.
No, you're handcuffed. So they don't.
But can you please call my sister?
So I mean,
Can you please call her sister?
I just turned 18. I already went to jail. I can't do this again.
Yeah, you just turned 18, meaning you haven't been an adult all that long, and you're going to see some real adult consequences, baby girl. And she's got a lot to learn. And with having so much to learn, she is not equipped to drink yet. That's the biggest lesson I'm taking out of this. She is not yet equipped to drink. And I don't want her to become hardened to the world from all these from multiple negative interactions with law enforcement. I would prefer if she gets treatment and rehab is what I mean by that. And she doesn't, continue down this path, because this is not a good path to be on at such a young age. But I still feel like she kind of got done dirty here. I don't think she showed signs of impairment through the SFSTs, and I think she should have just refused. Yeah, Katie Fan asked if MJ is a 21 thing. That's state by state. So this is New Mexico, and let's look that up.
I can't stay over the weekend. I can't stay over the weekend again. Please. I was fine. I was being good. I was helping.
Got it.
Please let me call my sister.
Walk with me, okay? Do you want your heels with you, or do you want them?
Dude, I'm not gonna go to jail.
Summer.
My name is Sunrise.
Sunrise.
And I'm under the influence.
Sunrise, do you want your heels?
What the fuck? No.
You want them put in the car?
She even told me I couldn't even wear. Those are her heels. My sister's heels. I was supposed to go home tonight, and I couldn't go to jail tonight. And look what I.
Just sit in the car.
What the f***? Please let her come get me. I don't deserve this.
Sunrise, you sit all the way in the car.
I don't think she's impaired. I still don't think she failed the field sobriety test. I don't think so. So let's as far as like the age for cannabis in New Mexico, this is according to Cannabis in New Mexico, the New Mexico Regulation and Licensing Department. They have a page saying cannabis in New Mexico. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham signed the bill to legalize adult use, the Cannabis Regulation Act. I don't understand why I can't make this bigger. Why is nothing wanting to zoom in for me? It's so annoying. Why? I'm trying to make help the blind people out. I can't see. I need to make this bigger. Signed the bill to legalize adult use on April 12th of 2021. The act legalizes the cultivation, manufacturing, purchasing, possession, and consumption of recreational cannabis for adults 21 and older. So recreational, not, she said she has a medical marijuana card. So let's see. The Cannabis Regulation Act combined the regulation of both adult use and medical cannabis into one commercial cannabis framework administered by the Cannabis Control Division. The Department of Health continues to oversee the medical cannabis patient program. The first licensed sales of recreational began on April 1st, 2022. Even though adult use is legal in New Mexico, there are laws regulating it from seed to consumption. Okay, let's look at the medical program. Now I want to know. So, visit your medical provider, must be the one to start your application. The Department of Health does not charge any fees to enroll the participants in the medical program or to register and use how to apply. You got to, okay. So you got to do this, application, blah, blah, additional resources. And I don't know if there's an age limit on medical, but there is one on recreational, and there's like an application that you have to do. So let me see. Medical, how do you spell cannabis? Cannabis, New Mexico, age. No licensee or employee can be below the age of 21, even if they are in the medical cannabis program. Okay, New Mexico Department of Health. No, an individual must be 21 to purchase and be in possession. Individuals under the age of 18 may enroll with the registered adult or caregiver. Okay, let's look at this. Department of Health. This is okay. 1 second. Application required for medical cannabis. Yes, this is from the New Mexico Department of Health. Sorry. Age limit. Okay. However, anyone under 18 requires a parent or guardian to be their caregiver. Adult use must be over 21. So no, I don't think she would be. I don't think even for medical, she would be legal to use it. What do you guys think? What do you think, Kurt? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she's legal to use it. So she might have been lying about that, about having a card. But it looks like there's something for people under a certain age, but she's...
I don't deserve
it. The way that read, it almost seems like minors with parental supervision can get a medical marijuana card, but people 18 to 20 can't. That would be very strange. But I don't see an exception here for that. Okay.
I don't deserve it.
No, I don't think you do either.
I was perfectly...
Sunrise, I don't think you deserve this either, girl. I don't. I don't. No, I don't think you were impaired. Free Sunrise. I'm still saying it.
Fine, keep your jacket. I was perfectly fine.
Sit back, okay?
Oh my God, no. This is not happening to me again. No. Please let me call my sister. Please let me get a chance to call
Where's
her.
your phone?
I don't even... Everything happened at once. I was helping other people.
Sunrise.
My car is a mess. There is... Oh my God, you
Where's
guys
your
are
phone?
gonna search my car.
No.
Oh, no. Shut up, Sunrise. Shut up, girl. Quiet. Shush. Her phone is in her car, and she's like, my car is a mess. She doesn't want them going in there. You know Sunrise got some stuff in there. Sunrise is a good time, girl. That's exactly what it seems like. They're not covering between 18 to 20. Oh, God. So, listen, okay, I have a proposal. For if they haven't yet resolved this case, let's offer Sunrise a diversion program, okay? She goes to rehab. She does community service. You suspend her license, right? And then we just let her go on about her life. I think this is a substance use issue. I don't think, in general, she should not be using substances. I don't think she's ready for that. Hi, buddy. 1 second. I'm sorry. Hello, my little meatball. A DJ boy. DJ wanted to be held. Do you see him? He's so spoiled. A mama's boy. A handsome guy. A DJ boy. Mama loves you. You're so handsome. Okay, let's get it started.
I just want to get your phone for you.
I don't even know where my phone is. Somewhere on my seat.
Somewhere on your seat.
Yeah.
What's up?
But she doesn't want them to search her car because she's got some stuff in there.
I could give you her phone number.
Yeah, anything for them not to go into your car. They're probably you say things like that, you're gonna give them suspicion and maybe even probable cause to search your car, Sunrise. So girl, relax, take a deep breath, bring it. She's talking herself into trouble. If she had just been quiet, she might have fared a bit better. Or not, because there is that guy that was like, I'm not doing anything, and they still arrested him.
I'm gonna see if she wants to call sister for her.
Oh my god.
You want me to get your phone for you?
I don't deserve this. Please call her on your phone.
You want to call her on my phone?
Yeah, just call her on your phone.
You have your work phone?
Yeah, please call her on your phone so that you don't go in my car and see I got all that stuff in there that's not legal.
Yes.
You could look on at my seat. I don't know if it's on my seat.
I can grab your phone for you if you want.
Courts Watermelon Damage says that they found something that says that there's no age limit for medical. Under 18 requires a parent to be their caregiver. That would make more sense because just the way that spreadsheet looked, it was like you got to be 21 and older, but under 18s can have a parent's permission. But it's like, so what about 18 to 20? What happens to them? It must be that you can get a medical marijuana card at 18. That wouldn't make any sense otherwise. But I don't know. That's the jury is out on that one. But thank you for that.
I don't feel it on my side.
No, never mind. Just take me in.
Oh my god, I don't deserve this.
Sunrise,
All right.
listen up.
I do want to say this one thing about California body cam. Listen, I know she's a legal adult, but you don't need to show this angle. And we both know what you're showing by showing this angle. You don't need to do that. Like, don't do that in the future. Okay? Like, come on. I know it's blurred out, but we know what you're implying and what you're indicating. You could show this because he's got multiple angles. Just show the angle from the officer's body worn camera because it's not looking down on her body like that.
Cooperated.
Listen. Stop. I need you to take a deep breath because I need to explain something to you, and it's very important that I explain this to you before you do that. Stop. You've been in this situation before, right? Listen, you've been in this situation before, right?
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward.
I took the responsibility for it, and they're all younger than me. And you know what? I'm in the back seat getting cuffed up right now. Not them. They're home safe now.
Yeah.
My friend having to call her mom to pick her up. Look at where I'm at now.
And are those friends then?
I was just about to say, girl, that means that your friends let you take the fall, right? We frequently get designated drivers like that. It's usually young people. It's like the one that drank the less. I drank the less, so I'm still good. I can drive, and it's just like you're at risk. Either you're at risk of actually being impaired, or you're at risk as not being impaired but still being arrested because you have something in your system. Of going to jail, and your friends are not. Why don't you all just take an Uber? Everyone take an Uber, pile into an Uber, and do a group ride. And that way no one's driving, and they're all home and you're on the hook and you're going to jail. Come on.
Are those friends then?
Getting drunk? Okay, yeah, maybe I'm the good friend. Okay, now
You are the
look
good
where
friend.
I am.
You are the good friend, but
Okay.
you don't need to take responsibility for other people's
You know
actions.
what? Because I have a big heart, and look
You
where
do.
I end up.
You do,
Look
but
where I
look,
end
you
up.
are here. But now we have to handle some adult business.
Yeah,
Okay?
and you guys have to do your job
Are
too,
you
so
ready?
I totally understand.
Are you
Okay,
ready?
Yeah.
He has to read this to you, and then we're gonna help you out with your
You're
car.
gonna read me my rights.
Not your rights. It's gonna be the implied consent since you're a licensed driver. Go ahead and listen.
Yeah, apply consent.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to hear the consequences.
Sunrise, listen to me, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. You be
Please, I'm trying to skip through that segment, and when they go in the in cruiser camera, I don't want to see the in cruiser camera. Yeah, someone said they're being so nice now that they've completely broken her down. I mean, exactly. They've accomplished what they've wanted, and so now they can be nice to her. And I won't even necessarily say that they were mean to her. It's just that they were entrenched. Like they were just like a train that is going and there's no going back. Like they were not stopping. They were barreling through. They were going to get her under arrest no matter what. And they kept poking and poking and poking until she made admissions that she couldn't get out of.
be placed under arrest for driving while under the influence, okay? I'm just going to read this to you, okay? Just listen to me. The New Mexico Implied Consent Act requires you to submit a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse, or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid by the law enforcement agency. Sorry. Do you agree to take our test?
No.
Yeah.
Last time I did it, no, and look where I'm at now. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to read you the rest, okay? Just listen to me. I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or not.
I think it's fine if she loses her license. Girl, don't take the test. You don't need to drive anywhere. Anyway, Uber everywhere, girl. Uber everywhere. Okay? That's what you need to do from now on. Go to rehab, Uber everywhere. No more driving for you. I know New Mexico's not a public transportation place. I know Uber is expensive. I get it. But baby girl, you don't need to be driving nowhere. Don't take that breath test. Don't do it.
Non-resident operating privilege for 1 year if you are convicted in court of driving while under the influence. You may also receive a good...
Okay.
And if a female officer helps you out?
Yeah.
I really don't want to, but yeah, sure.
Nakaya, can you help her with her skirt?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been sitting there with...
You're not going to answer because I'm supposed to go home tonight. This was not supposed to happen.
Okay. Well,
Sorry. We got... DJ and his trust falls. So we tease DJ that he likes to trust fall. He just knows that he's very safe here and it doesn't matter. So he just flops his body. You know, oh, I'm ready to get down now. I'll just flop my body down and my mom will catch me and I'll be fine. And just now he wanted to get down. So he just like flopped himself down. And I was like, oh my God, you're not a cat. You're not going to land on your feet. Please don't do that. Sorry about that. It scares the heck out of me. Oh, now you're finally going to get a female officer. I think a female officer should have been on scene a long time ago. Equality knows your full name, DJ. Hi, Dog Jr.
well, we want somebody to come get your vehicle because we don't want to tow it.
Well, I don't want to tow it either. My dad works with the National Labs. His name's Isaiah. His oh my God. His friend
Okay, but your dad is getting embarrassed a little bit right now, Sunrise.
works with the DA. His name's Gene.
Stop name dropping. That doesn't help. Okay.
I'm in Santa Fe. He's dad. I'm gonna
Okay,
look
cool.
for him. And that's
I want to hear her talking to her dad.
I thought I was perfectly fine. That's why I cooperated.
You hear-
and got-
I thought I was perfectly fine. I really believe that. That I believe. I really believe that she thought that she was not impaired. And I am not 100% convinced that she was impaired at this point in time. I'm not 100% convinced of that. So I think that she genuinely didn't think, I think she thought I can be the designated driver. I just had a Smirnoff Ice and some wax and, you know, maybe some other things, who knows, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I really think that she thought that she was fine.
down, cooperated with everyone. I didn't have to do that. And
No,
that's
you
just
didn't.
exact-
And you should not have done that because, as you see, you didn't get any extra points. You just got arrested. It doesn't make any sense to make incriminating statements to the police. Just say, I invoke my right to remain silent. Respectfully, officer. Here's my license. Here's my registration. Here's my insurance. I invoke my right to remain silent. And just leave it at that.
The exact same thing happened last time. And look where it got me. Dad, please. Dad,
Oh.
I'm getting I'm in Santa Fe, please, Dad. I cooperated with everything.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. This is Officer Trujillo with the Santa Fe
cooperated
Police
with
Department. So, yeah, so your daughter's going to be arrested for DWI tonight, okay?
No. Please don't let this happen to me.
Sunrise. Sunrise.
Please, I can't go back to jail. Like, there's tweakers in there. I can't go in the booking. I can't do this.
Oh, God. You heard her? I can't go back to jail. There's tweakers in there. I can't go into booking. So what she's talking about is that, you know, jail's a tough place, right? And as a result of that, certain people can be kind of vulnerable in there. I do not imagine that jail is a very pleasant place for her. That's why she should not have used herself as a designated driver for her friends. She should have just taken a cab home. That being said, I still have questions about her impairment. And I still think that they kind of manipulated the testing, because I don't think that she showed signs of impairment through the standardized field sobriety tests. So, but she made incriminating statements for sure. There's no question about that.
I can't go over the weekend again. I was going home. Please let someone get my car. Please don't let me go back.
Oh, good question. Trig asked, is this privileged? Police don't typically allow you to call someone, do they? I think that's, I don't know if I would say that this is privilege. I would not say that necessarily. I think if it was privilege, she wouldn't be getting arrested at all. But, and she, it's up to the discretion of the individual officer. And sometimes, especially, with a DUI arrest, she's 18 years old. She's going into jail. She's very young. It's not uncommon for them to call a parent for an 18, 19-year-old, even a 16, 17-year-old. Obviously, they're minors. It's not outlandish. It's not surprising to me. But no, you're right. It's not the everyday thing. I think what's going in her favor here is that they've gotten their arrest now, but up until she's emotional, but she's not rude or disrespectful. And before they arrested her, she was completely cooperative and polite and followed all of their instructions. And as I said, that didn't get her anywhere. She's still arrested. But what it did get her was they're not trying to I'm trying to think of a more artful phrase, but they're not trying to bust her balls is essentially what I'm trying to say.
Can't do that. I don't belong in there. I was doing the right thing.
Sunrise, you want to use your phone to call your sister?
Yeah, they're being nice here. I'm gonna give them credit for letting her not only call her dad but also call her sister. That's nice of them.
My dad.
Okay.
So we're calling because we don't want to have to tow her vehicle.
Okay, this is them being very nice. Sometimes. First of all, the fact that they're not searching her vehicle after that thing that she said, right? And the fact that they don't want to tow her vehicle because they can search her vehicle if they're going to tow it to do an inventory search. And that will definitely lead them to whatever she's gotten there, which I imagine she's got some type of contraband, illegal substances in there somewhere. So they're giving her dad the opportunity to come and get her car. That is them being nice. They don't have to do that. They could escalate this a lot more. And whether you want to call it privilege or not, I don't care. I am happy that they're not escalating this further and just sticking it to the DUI, and she can just have her day in court for that, because her life doesn't need to be ruined over this. But I do think that Sunrise needs to make some changes, but I'm rooting for her. I think Sunrise is going to be okay in the long run. I think she has I don't know anything about her. Sunrise has a good heart. She's going to be okay.
We're on Rafina and Hemes Road.
They definitely railroaded her, right? Like that's not, they railroaded her, but in the back end of things, right? And now that they're at the station, that on the back end of things, they are being exceptionally nice.
Rafina and Hemes Road.
Okay, Rafina and Hemes. Anybody can get her.
What was that?
Okay, anybody can get her. Bring her home.
No, at this point, she's under arrest for DWI. So
her dad is asking if there's any way he can just come get her instead of her being arrested, and they said nope. And the one that administered the test, he was like the most firm. He's like, every time I see Sunrise, as is this gentleman here. Hold on, let me show you. Him right there, him right here. He's the one that arrested her before. He's like, every single time I see Sunrise, it's up. She's doing these standardized field sobriety tests. I'm arresting her. Sunrise, you're in a place where you're running into the same law enforcement. So I'm thinking you're like in a kind of more insular community. That's what it was like for me when I lived in Salisbury. What I used to always advise clients is, don't let the police get familiar with you. Don't let them start to know your name and recognize your face, because it makes your life hell. Okay. Like they're like, oh, you're a good bet to pull over. And then you can deal with it later, whether or not you really did have reasonable articulable suspicion to stop me and probable cause to arrest and search me. But for right now, I know I'm gonna find some drugs on you. I'll never forget, long time ago, I had this case where it was just basically, the young lady had a long time ago, I'm saying like 13, 14 years ago, something like that. But the young lady had a case where she had just a gang of drug charges and drug convictions. And the officer stopped her because he said it's such and such. Said it put it in the statement of charges. It's such and such, and I know that she always has an open warrant, so I stopped her. Turns out she didn't have an open warrant, but she did have a crack vial on her lap. And I was like, you can't do that. So I did the motions hearing and I cited the case. And the judge was like, yeah, you know, I've seen her before too. She is a good bet to have crack on her, but you can't just stop her because she's known to have open warrants. You should actually check and see if she has open warrants first, which you did not. You can't just stop her because she has the status of being known to be a drug addict, essentially. And just because Sunrise has the status of being known to drink, right, to be an underage drinker, does not mean that you have the right to just stop her at all times. I really would love to see a motion to suppress her stop because it sounds very flimsy to me. I don't know what happened with the first case. In my mind, I'm envisioning her taking a plea to the first DUI, even though we know nothing about it, them dismissing this DUI, her going to rehab, her doing community service, her getting her license suspended. Then she has to get her license back. Then she gets an interlock device. And then she has to go to school, right? Like she has to go to school. Either she didn't finish high school, or go to college or go to community college or something. And she has to work. Like that's what I would do to her if she was in my court and I was the judge. That's how I see Sunrise.
At this point, she's under arrest for DWI, so I can't release her to you.
Okay, I'll be right there. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Katya fan. I think Katya fan is saying it the best. I feel for her. And cops totally did not do right by the tests. I also feel for the people she could have hurt by being high and having more than one drink. This could help her out. I think I ultimately agree with you. I feel for her. I don't want her to go to jail tonight. I mean, it's too late, right? It's a year ago. It's happened. But my heart goes out to her, and her tears are hurting my heart, and probably hurting their hearts as well. And I don't think that she failed the field sobriety test. I do think her mouth got her in trouble because she can't control herself because she might be a little intoxicated. But I don't think she's impaired. I don't think she's impaired from driving. I don't think that there was anything wrong with her manner of driving. But morally, I don't think that you should drink and smoke and drive. I don't think that you should do that. And so did she necessarily break the law? I don't know. They're investigating that and it'll shake out in court, but I don't like it. Right. And this is kind of like more of a feelings type of one. I don't like it. And I am feeling for her.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Are they going to pick up the car?
Yeah, they're about 25 minutes out.
Dad, no. Dad, please don't let me go to jail.
Dad can't stop you. And I don't know if our girl's been coddled a bit in life and maybe that's why, but Dad can't stop you. Okay, let's get to the station.
He right away took the phone away from me. I couldn't even explain. Okay, this is officer. Okay, he explained what he wanted to explain, but
girl,
it's already 4 a.m. I already know how this goes. I've already dealt through this, and I shouldn't go through this again. And look where I'm at again. I don't want to be here right now. I'm gonna be with tweakers, with homeless people. Like what the.
Yeah, I mean, that's where your life will go if you don't make good decisions. You're going to be around the people that you don't like being around, and you could become one of those people if you don't get your shit together, Sunrise. And I think you can do it, girl. I do.
It's
for myself. I was supposed
Jay Trujillo.
She's pissed.
Sunday, I'm supposed to actually go check out this Air Force. Oh my God, like they're not.
Oh, Sunrise. That's a common thing with young clients that like get into like a bunch of trouble. Now they're like, I'm going to join the military. I'm going to join the military. And it's actually, there are some judges back in the day that used to sentence people to the military. You can't do that anymore. But seriously, that's I'm messing. And I think there's some credibility to that, right? Like I'm getting my life, I'm messing up, right? I'm 18, 19, 17, and I'm making a bunch of mistakes, a bunch of hiccups. I could go this way or that way. Let me just go to the military, right? So, oh gosh, she's bringing back a lot of memories for me of clients that I used to represent. Oh,
You don't want me for this. I'm supposed to be going into the Air Force, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah, there is some personal responsibility here, Sunrise. You know, I do think you got done dirty, but also you can't get done dirty the way in which you were unless you had admitted to having drinks. And I think you did actually have drinks, and you said you might even blow a 0.10 at some point in time. So girl, you were drinking, you know, and it is what it is.
I'm sorry.
Sad, and I told you guys, let me call my dad.
We're gonna give you a chance to call your
They
dad.
did.
Okay?
They let you call your dad, boo boo. That's how my grandpa ended up fighting in Normandy during World War II. Either go to jail or join the military. Thank you for that, Kelly. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. She's going to be losing a bit more sympathy because she's, as the young folks say, she's crashing out now, right? Okay.
Go ahead and step up.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang, she's been in custody so long. It's now 7:41 a.m. When we started, it was 3 something. So she's been at this now for like 4. She's got to be so exhausted. 4 hours. Right? That's 4, right? Yeah, 4
I
hours.
got the heater on in the car, right?
Because we started out at like 3:40. Oh, I know it's cold. And the way that like places like New Mexico and Nevada don't have like any humidity, it's so cold in the morning. Okay, here we go. They're not gonna give her something to wear? Dang, don't have her in there dressed like, come on, y'all. Jazz, you leave that teddy bear alone. That's not for you. That's not for you. That's for Kit Kat. That's not for you. Funny girl.
What's that?
Yeah. She's calm now. It's been some hours. She was in denial. That was that initial denial. People freak out when they're in denial. Now, you know, it is what it is. Just go through the process. You'll get your day in court and your lawyer will figure it out for you. Oh my goodness. Her next court date is not until October 14th, 2025. I know. I love the phrase crashing out too. Like that's one of my favorite things that Gen Z has come up with. Ooh, he's crashing out, because it really fits the moment. Someone's like, ooh, he's crashing out. There was this one like road rage incident one where this guy was like, I don't know if he was like screaming the N-word or something like that. I don't know. He got into like a fender bender in Brooklyn. And it was 2 white guys that got into the fender bender, but he was like yelling at this black guy across the street. I don't know the full context. And he was calling him the N-word. But anyway, the guy starts laughing at him because he got into this crash. And then the guy starts beating up his own car. And he's like, and like beating the windshield. Have any of you guys seen that video? Anyway, and the guy was like, he's crashing out. He's crashing out. I was like, he is. He's really crashing out. He's beating up his own car and smashing his own windshield, which is crazy. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you. Thank you all so much for watching this with me. That it was a roller coaster of emotions, right? It started out like, okay, where are we going with this? It's your second DUI. In the middle, I was feeling very sad for Miss Sunrise. In the end, I'm still feeling very sad for Miss Sunrise, but I do think that I do think she was done wrong in the field sobriety test. I don't think she was treated fairly in the field sobriety test, but I think that she's responsible for the fact that she did drink and drive, and she did take substances and drive, and that is not the responsible or right thing to do. Hold on one second. Crashing out, car accident, beats up on own car. Let me see if I can find the video. Yes. Okay. I want to show you. This is it. I'm going to show it to you guys so you guys know. Okay. Let me do the super chats and then we'll close out with this crash out video because it is so funny and it will be a great palate cleanser because I'm actually still kind of sad about Sunrise. I still want justice for Sunrise. Justice for Sunrise, everybody. Okay, one second. What did I say that we were going to do? The super chats. I'm so tired. Give me 1 second. Super chats. Yes, stay tuned through the super chats because we're going to get to, I mean, it is a crash out video of epic proportions. It's so much fun. I absolutely love it. Give me a second. Okay. Dream Hopper, thank you so much for being a member and welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. Sunflowers and Sass, thank you for being a member for 36 months. Sunflower and Sass says, here's to 3 years as a chicklet. Thank you for your amazing support. If you want to become a member, there is a button, a join button here somewhere here. I would highly recommend it, not because I'm going to give you anything special, but because I'm always going to come back. All right. I'm not over promising anything. I do want to do some members only content, but every time I try to do it, the non-members are like, but then I can't see it and I can't afford to be a member. And I'm like, I feel so horrible. I'm so sorry. I don't ever want you to feel excluded. So I'm thinking maybe I can do members only content that then becomes like you get the exclusive, like it's like a book review or it's something fun. And it or a taste test, like when me and Ian did the hot ones challenge, right? Like it starts off members only and then it goes to the general public, like maybe like after a week or two. It's like evergreen content that doesn't really have like a pressing thing that's, you know, oh, breaking news or anything like that. That would be a lot of fun. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I want to give the members something, but then I don't want all of my lovely subscribers to feel excluded or feel like you have to buy anything. I don't ever want you to feel like that. So let me know the best way to go about that. I'm not sure what the best protocol is. Lady, hey girl, hey. Tina does not share romantic partners. I know that's right. No, listen, this girl right here, Natalie, I am jealous. Okay? I'm a jealous girl. I don't play about that. I don't even like to share my food. You think I'm gonna share my man? I don't think so. We're talking about sister wives. I don't think so. Okay. And with every single one of them that I have seen on, and maybe it's just the pressure of being on television. It's not like the divorce rate amongst monogamous couples is all that great either, if we're being 100% fair. But I know for myself personally, as for me and my house, we ain't sharing nothing around here. Okay. I'll give you the clothes off my back before I give you my man. You're out of your mind. Uncivil Law. Thank you so much, friend. He was here in the chat and he was just cutting up and giving us a great time and also some great legal advice. Thank you so much. 2 DUIs in 41 days isn't even trying. Weak DUI game. Thank you for the super chat. Lady says, this is pissing me off. I hope she's sued. I don't know if the lawsuit would necessarily go anywhere because as time progressed, she started to tell on herself. But I think there is something about that initial stop that's not quite right. I don't think they stopped her because somebody was looking in cars. She doesn't look like she was looking at anybody's cars in that little dress. And, you know, like that's like, she doesn't look like a cat burglar or something like that. What I think they stopped her for is that they this is conjecture, but I think they stopped her because they recognized her from the previous DUI. That's why I think they stopped her. And I think that's an illegal stop. I don't think they had a good reason to stop her, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Honestly, her court date is coming up October 14th. I have half a mind to look her up and see who's representing her. I'm so serious right now. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Cop is playing limbo. How long can you go before you hit the bar of the Constitution? I know. It was tough. And then, hey, thank you for the very generous super chat. Thank you so much. New Mexico recently had a large corruption scandal involving charging of DUIs without sufficient cause and dropping in exchange for cash payments, by the way. It was all over the news. What? Hold on. 1 second. DUI cash payment scandal, New Mexico. What? This happened February. I'm going to the AP because I love Associated Press. I think that they're great. Give me 1 second. A lot of the times we're stuck with, all these news sources are pretty much compromised. I'm putting A back on here. Thank you very much. A, you're going to get your money's worth. Look at this. Look at what, if you stayed through this, you're getting a treat. Because there came a point in time And I think it was like towards the middle part of it where I myself and people in the comments, like independent of me, even before me, were saying like, this is making me feel uncomfortable. Like, what are they talking about? She's fine. Like, she's not falling over. She's doing it. She doesn't have horizontal gaze nystagmus. She doesn't have vertical nystagmus. And I thought that her eyes looked totally fine. So the convergence, I didn't think she lacked convergence. I thought she had convergence. So what is going on here, right? So let's look at this. This is in New Mexico. Now, I don't know if it's in the same like county or jurisdiction or anything like that as where her case happened. I'm not accusing these particular officers of anything in Sunrise's case. But shout out to Sunrise, little sweetheart. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is this is interesting. Okay, so this is Albuquerque. And just because something happened in Albuquerque doesn't mean that this is what happened to Sunrise. But, you know, context is important. This is in February. So this is after her stop because she was stopped October of 2024, exactly last year. And this is February of 2025. Today is October 2nd of 2025 for posterity's sake, if you're watching this in the future. Santa Fe, New Mexico, 2 former Albuquerque police officers pleaded guilty Friday to federal charges of racketeering, extortion, and accepting bribes in a sweeping corruption investigation into a scheme that allegedly involved people arrested for driving while intoxicated to evade conviction, according to court records. The former officers worked under the Albuquerque Police Department's driving while intoxicated unit and acknowledged conspiring with attorney Ricardo Mendez in a years-long scheme. Federal investigators say that Mendez's law firm offered gifts and thousands of dollars in bribes to officers in exchange for having his clients' cases dismissed. You know, it's funny. I've had some conversations with clients where, like, you can definitely tell, like, they want to hire a private attorney because they think that this is what private attorneys do. I promise you, this is not the norm. Okay. They're like, no, I want to hire a private attorney because they like know the judge and they'll like go into the back and they'll do whatever they do with the state and they'll get my charge dismissed. Like a lot of people think that this is the norm. I'm telling you, this is outrageous. This is not the norm. No, this is horrible. Officers Joshua Montano and Honorio Alba signed agreements to plead guilty and cooperate with investigators in exchange for leniency on charges that might otherwise result in lengthy prison sentences. Attorneys for Montano and Alba did not immediately respond to phone calls and messages. Mendez last month pleaded guilty to a slew of federal charges that include racketeering and bribery. Clients would pay Mendez or his associate attorneys retainer fee in cash. This is not well written given what associates are. Associates are associates attorneys. So that's weird, but I see what they're saying. Clients will pay Mendez or his associate an attorney retainer fee in cash, court records said. Then Mendez would pay officers in cash, $5,000 or more, or in the form of gifts or legal services to not appear in court as a necessary witness to the driving incident, resulting in the dismissal of the case. Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina praised the work of FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office in Albuquerque on the investigation. He said that Montano and Alba resigned rather than be interviewed by internal affairs investigators with the Albuquerque Police Department. I wish I could say this is the end point, but we continue to discover details of this conspiracy and those who participated in it, Medina said in an email statement. Over a dozen officers have either resigned. Over a dozen. So this was not just these 2. Over a dozen officers have either resigned, been placed on administrative leave, been terminated, or temporarily reassigned. There we go. Thank you to the Associated Press for that. And thank you so much to A for that amazing super chat, because that is freaking crazy. Welcome back, Kurt. That is freaking crazy. So just so that we can tie all of that up and wrap it in a bow, we were here in chat feeling a little bit weird about the way in which this DUI stop was being conducted. It's clear at the end of it that Sunrise had consumed alcohol and that Sunrise had consumed MJ. However, it was not clear that Sunrise was intoxicated or that the reason that she was stopped was under suspicion of intoxication or had anything to do for the reason that the police stated. So it was kind of reading kind of funny. Also, the demeanor of the police is kind of funny. We don't know that these police officers had anything to do with this case, with this issue in Albuquerque, but in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So this Sunrise's case is in New Mexico. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, there were police officers, over a dozen of them, who are alleged to have been involved in a pay-for-play scheme in which they would charge people with DUIs and then let the people off the hook if they got kickbacks and pay, as long as they were represented by a certain attorney. So doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good. Very, very interesting. Could mean nothing. Could mean everything. We don't know. All right. Uncivil says, hey, you promised me your husband would answer my question before the end of oh, you're right. Re-answer. Hold on. I gotta turn this off and I've got to call him. Hold on 1 second, because he's downstairs. He's on the game. He's playing Marvel Rivals right now. That's the game he's playing. Let me see if he can answer. This is real firepower. That's what the Human Torch says in that game, and I like it. He might be on the phone. Hold on. We're gonna find out. You wanted to know if they have that like no tolerance. You can't even have a 0.01 in your system, right? I'm gonna go ask him. 1 second. Oh, sorry, baby. Careful. Oh, my little boys. Right back. Hey, babe. Does DC have that zero tolerance DUI policy? Like, if you have any alcohol in your system, you can get charged? It's a certain amount. Do you know how much? Okay. Okay. He said, oh, you can't see me. 1 second. Let me sit down. I know. I'm so embarrassed that I'm so bad at these things. Okay. Brandon, my husband, said that DUI is where are we in the timestamp? So I was around 2:24. I need to mute the stream. But anyway, he said that they do have it's not zero tolerance, it's 0.08. They don't charge anything under 0.08. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, forget all that. So sorry, guys. Everybody makes mistakes. All right, guys, that is it. Nope, that's not it. One more thing. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Jazzy,
You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave.
that is his own car, and because they told him that he needs to leave, and it's them mocking him because allegedly he had previously told them to leave, and now they're making fun of him. And here we go.
You need to leave.
Oh, he smashed his own head on the car. Anyway, that was really, really, really scary. Really, really scary. He crashed out. Basically, the guys filming him were like, you need to leave. And he got mad and then just started beating up his own car. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you had just as much fun as I did, or you at least engaged in the emotional roller coaster that I did. And I will see you guys in the next video. Let me hurry up and get to editing that big old mistake that I just made, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.